What is up? Time to do the thing with the fate and the space. Where my boys at? Oh, hello everyone again.
That was both so cute and so lame at the same time. I don't know how to feel about it.
I am both so cute and so lame at the same time. I keep forgetting you can hear me when I'm talking. Because
yes,
you're right
husband.
behind me. See, the nice thing is it
how
went
words
to...
work?
It does, yeah. I forgot if you don't have music or something playing, you can hear me talking, and that makes me...
I live right here.
Oh, you do live right here.
Alright.
Man, that's so inconvenient for me.
It is, yes, when you want to be alone.
And be lame by myself. It's
Mhm.
really easy to do that, by the way. It comes naturally.
What do you mean?
I'm quite good at it. I also will say, if you want it to be extra cute, then... Okay. Oh, no. If you want it to be extra cute, I can't click. What the hell? Okay, doesn't matter. I set it to the beat for extra cute points.
Of the music?
Yes,
Oh my god, I'm going to go back and re-listen to it now.
you will. Speaking of extra cute, look at Meek. Actually, I don't know where you found that art, but it's perfect.
He's a good boy.
Allow me to just say he's a wonderful little child.
God, I'm not even in game yet.
Oh my god, what's wrong with you? I even made a
Oh my
beautiful
God.
husband for you.
Why are they always hot?
Because most art online is hot. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean,
Why are
that,
they always hot?
that and given the
What's wrong
option
with his
between...
eyes?
He's an alien. They're just black.
Yeah, he's an alien.
Yeah.
Or alien-ish.
I mean, well, everyone's an alien at this point, but yes, his eyes are just basically glossy black reflective surfaces, kind of like sunglasses.
Dead inside, just like me.
Except he looks way cooler.
Well,
He can do the hair whoop, can you?
hell no.
So you need
You
hair
need hair to
whoop.
do that.
Oh, okay. Hair
Ye-
whoop is very important.
But you have wings. So aren't those close?
The hair? Wait, you should have said feathers.
Close enough.
You can just glue feathers to your like
Hair?
forehead.
Yes.
Yeah, that's basically the same thing.
There's probably extra feathers just all over the ship at this point.
Yes. And then Meek is collecting them to make a little hat.
It's molting season.
Molting
That's-
season.
That's a little weird.
Is it? I mean, Meek, or maybe our space husky Bartholomew is cleaning them up. Have you named your cat yet?
Bartholomew.
Oh God.
You don't have to. I'm
No.
just saying. Okay, that's fine.
No, I
Out
need
there.
to, my poor kitten.
It's
Even
the-
I came up with the name on the spot. That doesn't happen.
There, there's a fat white fluffy cat just rolling around the spaceship like, why did mother not name me? It's very pathetic and very wonderful at the same time. All right, anyway, everybody. Welcome back to our space adventure in Fate. Last we met our heroes, y'all got some good shit from a question mark in the middle of space. We're not exactly sure what that just was. All just got some fun information. You guys did mine up some of that material that you believe can be turned into ammunition, which is why we were out there to basically say sorry to T. And then Meek also had some. He just kind of puked it up. You're not really sure where he got it from, but your boys got your back. Other than that, we are in...
Good boy.
Exactly. We are indeed on our way back to Teves. Liam now has art. Yay. And on our way back, do you guys do anything? Y'all just chilling?
Contemplate my existence.
Okay. Is anyone going to contemplate with Aldris? Any conversations are had before we arrive?
You said the bullets are being made?
To your knowledge, he didn't tell you to make them. He basically just said, bring me the
I think
materials.
we should make the bullets so we can deliver them how they were instead of him having to do it himself.
You're not sure you can, but you could definitely look at the materials and see if you know how, because you guys don't have the blueprints to make the bullets, but you're definitely more than welcome to try to figure it yourself.
Are
I'm gonna
they
try and figure it out.
Magic bullets.
Can I magic them into existence? But yes, if you want to give them a look over, Nara, you're more than welcome to
I
do
want to
so.
give him a look over.
All right.
Do I need to do anything for that, or can I just say I'm looking him over?
Well, so in general, we can always just look things over, but this is something that's slightly more difficult than usual. So I would say I hate combining rolls. I would say just roll crafts, because crafts is you knowing about how to put things together. I would say investigate, but you know what you're looking at usually. Okay, so gathering information from these, Nara, you're not entirely sure just because obviously you didn't have the full time. You know, you guys kind of picked the bullets up, popped them in, fired off a quick, went, ooh, shiny, and then sent them off to Teve.
Yes.
You do believe if given ample time and the proper materials and machines that you could potentially basically turn it in not necessarily a bullet, but something lethal. Definitely something lethal.
I take as many notes on this as possible.
Yes. You do recall after looking through these a bit, there's a strange anomaly. Now, they are quite powerful, but usually raw ore, such as this, needs to be contained in some way, shape, or form. Seeing it was in Meek's stomach, and he didn't, just explode, or he's not glowing any strange other colors than usual, there's definitely an extra layer.
Yeah, why could you say that? Because I'm pretty sure Meek could change colors if he wanted to.
Oh, he probably could, yeah, I don't see why not. Just feed him the right, I guess lollipop? And or
Sounds
Skittle.
about right.
Space
Oh my.
Skittles.
Oh my, giving me
Different flavored
ideas
magic.
now.
He can be a little rainbow boy. That's pretty cute.
Taste the
All right,
rainbow.
well, while everybody
rain-
else is doing stuff, I'm doing that.
The rainbow will taste you.
Oh no.
Ew.
That's not be gross. Animals lick things.
Disgusting. Animal spit.
I mean, to be fair, if he was like a big boy with those like nasty tongues, yeah. That's
Slobber
gross.
dog.
Says
Slobber
the
dog,
person
yeah.
who owns a cat.
I say you have a cat. He has a little
Cats are
emblem.
incredibly clean.
He can be clean. His tongue is like mlem rather than like slorp. That makes sense.
Okay,
Lamb.
well, that's completely different.
Yeah, he's more of a mlem.
Does he do a
Lamb.
blep?
He occasionally bleps. Yeah. Whenever he's in the mood, he bleps. But yes, Nar, you do believe, obviously on the Kabuto, you do have some materials and whatnot, but moving, at this speed and whatnot, and knowing that pulling your attention away would be somewhat hazardous, but you definitely have jotted down some notes. Now, I will say, Meek basically brought you guys a full, not football size, just shy of football sized hunk of this ore. The rest of it you guys kind of mind yourself, so you do have various flakes of it. You do have some pretty nicely sized chunks, but you guys do have enough, you presume at least, to make probably more than enough actually, Nara, now that you're looking at it. You're not, like I said, you're not entirely sure how he does it, but judging by how much energy was output from that blast and the general size of it.
So I can't quite, I can't recreate it.
Correct. You would need a facility. You'd need probably more people. You'd need more time to do it.
Okay.
But
I can kind of figure out what it's made of. Or not
yes.
what it's made of, but...
Right. You can figure out how to put it together. But most importantly, Nara, what you figure out is you guys effectively gathered too much. Now, that's always a good thing. But you do have more than you would need for 2 bullets. So that is something you...
Oh. Well, maybe I'll make 4 bullets.
That is entirely something you could do.
I won't.
Okay.
Unless it's to our own benefit.
Well, I mean, y'all can do whatever you want. Georgiana, Ryder, and Aldris, what are you guys doing?
Contemplating my existence.
Excellent.
Contemplating my cat's name.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
I'm looking. Keyboard.
Sorry, what?
I'm looking on the bounty board.
Oh, okay. Are you looking for anything in particular?
Yeah, because I heard some talkings while headed back.
Okay. You want to name the
From
cat Ghost?
Crimson Chin. Whatever you named the chin dude.
Chadley Starblazer?
Yeah. I heard
Oh,
Chadley
no.
bragging about something, so I had to look on the board to see what
Okay.
he was talking about.
Sure. Let me remind you guys real quick. Not just in Fate, but in any game we play, you guys are more than welcome to add story details. You guys are more than welcome to do whatever the hell you want to do. This is your guys' story. I'm just here to arbitrate and whatnot. So if there's something in particular you want to do, you are more than welcome to do so. I'm just here to make sure it doesn't go too swimmingly, because that'd be boring.
I want to talk to Liam and ask him where he's from.
You want to ask him where he's from?
Why you gotta say it with that sigh at the end?
Gotta get real creepy.
A little lovesick of you, really. You're
That is-
nasty.
That is her thing.
Good
I'm
lord.
just kidding.
That is her thing. All right. You mean in general, like where he's from?
Yeah.
Or okay, sure.
All right, God, time to be creative.
I'm doing just that. I'm just clarifying. All right. As you are discussing with him, he kind of thinks for a moment and says, "Well, I've not been home in quite some time, but not sure if you've heard of it. I'm from a planet named Zesh."
I have not heard of Zesh.
Oh, it's quite nice. It's similar to I believe your Earth, but the temperatures can tend to be a bit more extreme. They swing a bit more towards heat and cold, if you will. Our sun's in a kind of suns are sort of an awkward position, so we've learned to adjust. Though it's not too big of a deal. I wasn't really too keen on staying there my entire life, though. As I'm sure you can imagine, exploring and, well, these kind of motions to outside. This is more intriguing to me. I don't really want to stay tied down for too long.
Oh, I wholeheartedly agree with that. I wouldn't mind seeing your home planet, though. Is it anywhere nearby?
He kind of looks around the ship and just sort of nods himself and says, "Honestly, with this thing, I'm sure we could get there without any issues."
This ship can go anywhere.
What is up with this ship, after all? I mean, I wouldn't say you guys are necessarily rich or anything, but, well, you guys get around quick. I mean...
Well, it was a pretty good ship to begin with, and then we picked up Nara, and she came with some really fancy tech.
What do you mean?
It's complicated. You'd have to ask her.
Okay. She doesn't mind if I ask, I assume?
I don't think so.
All right, sure. Why not?
Oh, you want to go now? You can go now.
Oh, no rush. No rush. Well, it's interesting. I wouldn't want to bother her. She looked busy last I checked.
Oh, that's a good point. She was looking at those fancy bullets, wasn't she?
Yeah.
She'll get them figured out fast. I have the utmost faith in her.
She seems quite impressive. And in fact, your whole crew does. I'll be honest, I didn't really hear of you guys until, well, we were shooting at each other. Apologies for that, but...
That's all right. We kind of like to stay on the down low.
Honestly, keeping your head down is not the worst idea.
Yep. I do occasionally like to win races, though.
Ooh, bit of a speed devil.
Oh, just a bit.
You'll have to show me.
Done. Captain! Captain! Are there any races nearby?
I'm too busy looking at the thing. I'm not really paying attention to GG.
Oh, beep, 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 beep. The beeper.
No, at the bounty board. I have my headphones on.
I will keep beep, beep, beeping that beeper.
I pause. I'm like, what?
I want to go find a race. Hurry up.
Completely out of context.
You want to race while we're heading to Teves?
Or after Tees. I don't care.
Well, I mean, we need to deliver this. It's kind of important. Then we can go.
All
do a
right,
race.
there might not even be one right now.
I mean, look up the closest race and then we can do it.
All right. Can I access the computer?
Oh, of course, easily.
All right. What's the computer tell me?
All right. Let me ask you, Georgiana, are you looking for an above board race or something a little spicier? Knowing your guys' reputation and everything.
Well, I think above board probably needs like pre and advanced registration, right?
Usually, and that pesky registration part can be a bit of a hurdle unless you guys, fake your names and resources, maybe hide the Kabuto, change the way it looks, etc., etc.
Well, I'll go spicy, but I'm also gonna look at the reward.
Okay.
Oh, by the way,
Yes.
The bounty I'm currently studying while everyone else is doing. So you said his name is what again?
Oh, the other dude that was chasing
My
around.
nemesis.
I'll go ahead and I'm not sure if I call him a nemesis, but
Chet.
I'll write it there for you. Chadley Starblazer.
He's my nemesis because he's the second. I'm the first.
Self-proclaimed.
Yeah, he's self-proclaimed. Whatever. Anyway, but I'm looking at a bounty that I'm going to talk to Teve about
Okay.
because I can't just. You have to guess. You have to get the contract. But the bounty is for the ever evading Duke Lancaster.
Okay.
So
And who is this person?
Duke Lancaster is a notorious thief that
Okay.
kind of runs around the galaxy, and he's been on a lot of people's eyes, and now he just did a really big score and got away with a lot of stuff, and now there's a bounty on his head. Dead or
Okay.
alive.
Has he taken anything from you?
I've run into him before, but he's
Okay.
never, to my knowledge, stolen anything from me.
Fair enough. All right, well, as I said, unsurprisingly, there is very much a bounty on Duke Lancaster's head. It will definitely pay well. Of course, depending on who he pissed off and who you get this bounty from, the price can vary, but Ryder, you know how to work through these channels and whatnot, so it shouldn't be too difficult for you to get the absolute best price on this. And Gigi, you definitely do find a spicier race, if you will. You find that entering these underground races is definitely a bit easier. Usually they care less about who you are. You can...
Potentially also reward higher.
Yes, and as you are aware, they're also quite a bit more dangerous. They're more so, really realistically, depending on where you look, they're more so interested in the theatrics of it all. So if you put on a good show,
Perfect.
yeah, if you put on a good show, that's kind of all they care about.
I don't suppose any reward a lollipop of some kind.
What? Only you would want that.
Literally only
You're
you.
the only one.
You're the only one.
Damn
Why
it.
would they even offer that?
They
I
wouldn't.
had to ask, okay?
Now, if you're wondering if they have something along the lines of, I don't know, some material, some rare material that would allow you to somehow, you know, create a lollipop, that might be in the works. Maybe you could do it, you know, throw down a deal with somebody.
I'll give it to Nara to tinker.
Yeah.
Some food.
Tinker some food together.
Mhm. You've tasted my candied walnuts and now you can't get enough. I
Maybe.
see how it is.
Once again, the nut specialist.
The nut special.
It's
Always
what
the
I
nut
do. This is not the personal character trait that I, Megan, as a person, thought that I would have.
See,
But
maybe, maybe that's your calling. You need to go make like candied nuts or something, and they'd be amazing.
Why are there nut jokes? And every time I'm in one of these characters, they just keep coming back. I don't ever make that kind of joke outside of this.
With us or D&D in general?
In D&D in general, well, with you guys.
We're a little pervy, sorry.
I mean,
well.
to be fair, the other one did make sense. Actually, they both made sense. Like, let's be honest, they both made sense. When you
They
go
did.
to a bar, you get bar nuts. That's like the one thing they have.
Do you
Yeah.
have a nut addiction in the Monster of the Week?
I don't think were there any nuts in Monster of the Week.
I don't know.
If
I
if,
guess-
Severe lack of nuts.
okay, that's a problem. We'll amend
That is
that.
Okay, we'll come back to it. And
Yes.
actually, he'll have a nut allergy.
Oh no, sad days.
Sucks
Oh,
for him.
wait, you run a bar. So there has to be nuts there somewhere.
Oh, you're right.
All right, the cycle's complete. We're good. Crisis
We're
averted.
good.
All is
Oh.
right in this world.
I almost had a heart
Love it.
attack. Oh, I almost had a heart attack there.
Whew, we're good. We're
Okay,
safe.
we're safe. We keep playing this game now.
The nut timeline is complete.
Exactly. We didn't sunder it. Alrighty, most excellent. So we are on the way to drop off the materials at Teves, and then of course we can hunt down this douchebaggery, Mr. Mans, and Gigi, you did indeed find a race in which you can show off to Liam. And in the meantime, Aldris, before we arrive at Teves, it does take a little bit of time to get back. As I mentioned before, the Kabuto is a wonderful ship, but it is a resource hog, unfortunately. It's as we mentioned, kind of has a tendency to just absorb stuff, and for some reason it likes not necessarily money, but valuables. And obviously that's incredibly expensive. Just to run this stupid thing costs you probably more than you're comfortable with. If one of you were keeping track of your expenses, the upkeep on the engine would probably drive you up a wall. So that's a statistic we preferably do not wish to look at. But all the same, we're currently...
Nara.
Hmm?
That's something Nara does.
I feel like Nara would be the one to look at that, yeah.
Only because
What?
she has to buy all the stuff to make sure the engine and ship are working properly.
Oh,
yeah. You're the mechanic, so it would make sense
Yeah.
that you know what goes into it.
Yeah.
As we're headed back to Stroy, which is the planet that Teve's Terrace is on, you guys probably would all take a rest. And during that time, I'll just while you're sleeping, you see another vision while you're kind of kicking back and resting. And this time around, it's a little more clear. While the figures around you are shadowy, these ones feel more comforting than the others. The gazes you received before were more methodical, scientific, as if they were looking down at, I almost said a virus, more of like they were looking down at a specimen in a petri dish. These ones that surround you now, though, they feel like brothers and sisters, and mothers and fathers and family members. You're having a silent conversation with them. You essentially wake up in this vision, mid-conversation. You see most of them are performing the same tasks that you do every day, Aldris, with your magic abilities, whether they be crafting or moving things around, repairing. You're looking about, you're seeing someone's fixing up a road, someone's designing the inside of their house, cooking, things of that nature. And suddenly in a room, Aldris, and they're trying to tell you something, but you can't precisely make it out. But you do feel an overwhelming sense of approval from all of these figures around you. Once again, you cannot make out any of their looks, but you can tell they are just like you. They have wings, claws, feathers, and a beak. And before you wake, they all do look to you with approval. And you can feel not an overwhelming sense of love, but a reaffirming sense of, you do you. What you're doing is right. Continue. You're doing good. We all approve. And they all kind of reach out to hold your hand and not necessarily shake it, but they all kind of give you a reaffirming bow, and they'll kind of grab your hand and you can do this, you got this. And before you can make out exactly what they're saying or respond, you wake, and you wake to Meek just kind of licking your hand to wake you up.
I give Meek head pats.
Meek nuzzles into your talon, and he kind of makes a cute little meow noise.
Ghost was also licking his hand.
Ghost is also getting in there.
Yeah.
All right. The cat is also on your bed, Aldris.
Not the disgusting cat. God.
He's a ghost. He gets everywhere.
And we'll go ahead and say that Bartholomew's getting in there as well. He's maybe not licking your hand, but he's chilling. He was waiting for you to wake up, and he kind of nuzzles against you at your bedside as you wake.
Who's Bartholomew again?
His space husky.
My dog.
Oh yeah.
He's a good boy.
He is a great boy. All right. Other than that, Aldris, you are awake and left with these memories, new memories.
Wonderful. Time to contemplate my existence even more.
A wise woman said that contemplating your existence doesn't get you anywhere
Why not?
because you're sitting there doing nothing.
True.
But I'm so good at it. All right. Well, we move on. We enter the orbit of the planet, and you guys land in your same usual spot. As your ship docks Teeves Terrace is open to you, as are all the shopping districts. Unfortunately, we currently really have no money, and this job isn't going to pay, which is, as I said, unfortunate. But hopefully this next thing you guys do will assist.
Is my race gonna pay?
Of course it will, if you win.
Well, then we're fine.
All right, then. Perfect. All right, and then moving on ahead, whoever wishes to go to Teeves Terrace, whoever wants to go where, just kind of
Heading up the stairs to go to Teeves.
All right. If anyone wants to do anything else, let me know. I guess before we go there. Yes,
I'm trying to think.
I believe in you.
Is this gonna be like a quickie trip, or are we gonna stay here for a little while?
You guys do whatever you want. Were you planning on doing something specific? Anything?
Well, I'm
specific?
thinking I might be plotting a course to the race, but I also kind of want to wait for the next mission in order to plot correctly.
Okay. That is
So I guess we'll go dancing.
okay. That is perfectly acceptable. Surprising no one.
Well,
I
it's
was
time
like-
for me to work on stuff.
Actually, I'm gonna drag Nara along with me.
Damn it.
You need a break.
You see how excited I am about this?
You need
But
a
I
break.
have bags under my eyes
Exactly.
that look like the rings of Saturn, and you're like, ooh, she needs a break.
You need this.
There's no fun times for Nara.
Nara doesn't know what fun is if there's no metal involved.
That's not true.
What do you mean?
I'm not made of metal. Thank you very much.
Oh, well, look at you.
Not yet.
Yeah,
Not yet.
I can
We
fix
can
that.
fix that.
I'm
can
sure
fix
Nara
that.
will fix it. Yes.
We can upgrade you.
Wiggles
We can make you
eyebrows.
better.
I can
One
make
of
you better.
Not yet, dear.
Well, are we going or what then?
Yeah, we're going dancing.
All right, I would assume yes.
Ooh,
Okay.
Dancing?
With the three, yeah, with me and Liam.
That's some
I'm
fun.
gonna go get my
That's some fun
special
dancing.
drink.
Okay. Oh my God. All right.
Oh no.
Nara, you head out to dance with Georgiana and Liam. Ryder, I assume you go straight to Steve.
Yup.
Okay. Aldris, as you approach the bartender, you notice he's looking right at you. And he has your drink ready for you with a
Oh
smile.
hell yeah!
In
I pay
fact,
the man and take the drink.
before you even drink it, he kind of motions to the floor where he knows you're going to end up.
What do you mean?
Oh.
I can take it.
Can you, though?
I can take it.
Roll and show me you can. I believe in you.
All right, we
What do I roll
believe.
again?
A physique, I believe. For,
It was
physique or
like
will.
physique
but-
and will.
Yeah,
I think we
you
did both last time.
yeah, you can roll both if you want. I'd say you gotten better, so if anything, you just roll one, but it's fine. Okay, you know what?
I
Maybe,
can take it.
yeah, maybe your legs are a little noodly at first, but you push through, and indeed, Aldris, you don't just plop to the floor and start rambling. You're able to vibe with the music and chill, and you're more in control of your faculties than you were that one time.
Nice.
Absolutely wonderful. All right, and you head on over to Steve, Mr. Ryder, and as per usual, you find that he is finishing up with an individual. And you don't really wait too long. I'd probably say that all the materials you guys have are in a briefcase or something along those lines. Something safe, of course, because these materials can be incredibly hazardous, as Nara did let you know. So the line shortens and shortens. You can hear the bumping music from below, the flashing lights as you get closer and closer to his door. It opens, and he is actually already looking outside the door, and he kind of nods for you to come on in. As you do, the door closes behind you, and the music is muted. He motions his arms to you, Ryder, and says, "Welcome back, Ryder."
Hello again, Steve.
I assume you have good news for me.
I have great news for you.
He nods his little brain jar at you.
I have this, and I put the case on his table, and I spin it around and open it.
Okay. It's spun. He checks it out and kind of gives it a quick look over. He pulls out this little metal baton that has like a blue and green flashing light, and he waves it over the materials that you've brought to him. He puts out a tentacle, pokes one of them, and kind of dips the tentacle in the jar that has like his eyes in it, and then kind of pauses for a second. He pulls the tentacle out and goes, "This seems to be the real deal. Good job, and you've got me ample in return. I must thank
Indeed.
you."
Like I said, I was gonna get you more than I used.
He nods again to that, closes the case, and puts it off to the side. "May I ask you a question?"
What's up, Teve?
"Well, there was a very specific reason no one was taking this job. May I ask, how's the Kabuto?"
The Kabuto's great. Why?
"Oh, no reason. I only heard rumors that certain ships were turned inside out while attempting to arrive at the location, but clearly must have just been poor pilots."
Do you know anything about the location you sent me?
"Not entirely. All I know is it paid well and had what I needed."
Well, let's just say it was a fun little blast from the past.
"Oh. Well, doesn't that sound just so intriguing? Shame I don't have time to listen to it."
Wow.
Well, I have a question for you, Teve.
"Fire away, Ryder. I do believe you're
Well, you know, I was perusing on the bounty board while driving over to you, and I saw a particular bounty that I'm dying to get after.
Do tell."
Duke Lancaster.
"Oh. Did he cross your path?"
No, but I see that he has a very big bounty on his head right now, and you know, being the best bounty hunter in the galaxy, I mean, you know, I gotta take him down.
But of course. And I'm assuming you're chomping at the bit for this one. I do see that as he kind of flicks through some various panels and such. It actually looks like that bounty was posted just recently, and you're not the only one looking.
Yeah, you could say that.
Well, I'm sure it doesn't shock you that he and I have crossed paths before. He's made my job somewhat more difficult in the past. So,
Sorry, what'd you say?
he said he's made my job somewhat more difficult in the past. They've crossed paths before.
Is that so?
He nods.
Well, sign me up so I can take him down.
"Oh, you don't need my permission, but you will have my blessing. In fact..."
Well, I mean, don't you have the data sheet so I can look at the information?
Yeah, he turns his chair and it kind of floats over to the left side of the room. He says, "Well, the bounty's been posted, right? All the information sure to be there. This is more of a general, we want the scumbag dead, rather than something directly from me." And he's kind of going through a data pad, kind of turns and then floats
Has he
back on over
taken
to
anything
you.
from you that you want me to get back before I ixnay him?
Well, I can't say precisely where he'd be keeping, but my assumption would be he's either already pawned it off to someone, or he kind of just waves a tentacle at the air. "It's most likely gone by now. At this point, I just want him, well, gone. But if you can find anything that he's taken, I'll gladly add it to my stockholds."
Well, you know, you tell me what he took. I'll find it if he has it, and then I'll bring his head.
"That works. Allow me to make a suggestion.
What to do?
If you could bring back, well, his body attached to his head, that would also be appreciated."
I mean, I can do that as well. Is there a reason why you want his body?
Yes. While I don't necessarily mind extracting the information directly from the source, it's a bit easier if he's still alive.
You want Duke alive?
Well, if we're on the topic of returning things that he's stolen, yes. He won't be alive for long, either, if that bothers you.
Well, like I said, you tell me what he stole from you. I find it. I bring it to you along with his head, and then I get the prize. It's all works out.
Of course. Let's just say he's taken various valuables from me and others, and I am not confident, not in your ability, but in his to spill the beans, if you will. Especially in the
I'm very good at getting beans to spill.
Oh, I do believe. Well, that's entirely up to you. You're more than welcome to use my name to get this information, but, well, it's up to you. Anything else?
No, I think that's about it.
All right then. Well, good luck, Ryder. And I'd say try to be delicate, but I don't.
I guess
care.
one last thing.
Yes.
If I do bring back your stuff along with him, or in my case, his head, you gonna give me a little extra on top of what his head's worth?
That shouldn't need to be said, of course, of course. Like I was suggesting, let me be more blunt. If you bring him back alive, I will pay you more than for just his head. And yes, if you bring back anything you might have taken from me, I would appreciate that as well.
Sounds good. I will do what I can.
Oh, from what I've heard, that sure should be quite a bit, Mr. Number One Bounty Hunter.
Oh, you know it.
He sort of like chuckles at that, and then waves his tentacle at you to exit. And the door behind you kind of slowly opens on its hinge. The music pours into his office.
Can there be like this is kind of silly, I guess.
Yeah.
But can there be like a bounty hunter board of like the amount of like every time you cash in a bounty you've done, you get points. So like there's like a listing of like top 10 bounty hunters.
I don't see why not.
I think that'd just be funny because it's like if me and my crew are number one and then like Chadley McBladley is somewhere on there. That
would make sense to me. I would say that there is definitely someone out there keeping track of all this.
For the record, absolutely keep track of it.
Excellent. Thing is, you're most likely. Yeah. Thing is, you're most likely.
This is my little secret.
Definitely. And you're obviously keyed into your own exploits and the exploits of others, so I'd say it's fairly accurate.
Maybe awesome. I'm on the message boards.
I'm gonna go back to the Kabuto and tell everybody about the mission, and then I'll wait for Gigi to come back and she can do her race.
All right. Anything else you guys wish to do before we head out?
Nope.
All right, perfect. Aldris comes back, as I mentioned, mostly in control of his faculties, and you all learn that, hey, there is indeed a bounty on this man's head. And you all definitely heard of Duke Lancaster. Not necessarily bumped heads with him. Maybe, Nara, you've definitely 100% heard of him, as he did give some troubles to your group before. They attempted to have him assassinated, but he went dark for some years, we'll say, in order to kind of get them off his trail, which was mostly successful until he decided to rear his ugly head again.
I'm also going to tell the group, Duke also probably most definitely has something of Teeves, unless he pawned it off like an asshole. So, while we're getting him, so we also need to get that.
That tracks, Nara.
But Teev also didn't really tell me exactly what it is, but he said you'll know.
You'll know? God, that's the most suspicious thing to say.
What do you want?
It's real information.
He doesn't give good descriptions.
I know.
Suck.
I guess he pays us well.
Comment. It
but
sounds like
man,
he's talking about
annoying.
knowledge.
Sorry,
I gotta do all the work here.
I said, out of character comment, it sounded like you were referring to knowledge was the thing that was taken. I don't know if that's what you have planned,
Me?
but yeah.
He wants something that he wasn't willing to talk about to Ryder.
Well, that's what you made it sound like it was.
Right.
Anyway.
All right. So we're all headed out, essentially. All set and ready to go.
GG, you ready for your race?
How's the course looking, God?
Conveniently for you, Georgiana, something that you notice while you are looking about. We'll say you're perusing a few of the more seedy race areas now that we've entered the Umehuda system. Stroy specifically doesn't really have any races as of current, but as you sort of begin to look about a bit, would you be interested in looking through Duke's... I'm not sure what to call it. I almost said repertoire, that's not correct. His rap sheet, basically? Or are you more interested in your race?
I'll probably flip through it.
Okay. And as you sort of begin to flip through it, you actually notice something.
Did he enter the race too?
No, not necessarily.
Okay.
You do notice that there seems to be somewhat of a pattern. And you double check this pattern with a track. And you actually notice that he's seemingly randomly hitting up various locations. It looks somewhat random, but if this pattern continues, and your thoughts are correct, Gigi, you believe that he should actually arrive on a planet where there is, fortunately for you, a race happening. And if you guys are lucky, you'll get there before he does.
Was it the one I intended to go to?
It was one of them, yeah. They're all, I don't want to say the same, but...
I will go to Nara to confirm my theory. Since she's the... Alright, she's just the everything.
Yeah, I know,
You're
right?
so right.
What am I bad at?
I love to be an asset.
Am I reading this right?
I don't know. Am I reading it right?
Yes.
Is she?
Yes, Nara. As you look at... The data does seem scattered, but you do notice that statistically he should land on this planet next. Might be in a day or so,
Yeah,
but...
I say that. I'm like,
Does that mean that I can do
No.
2 races?
I mean, no one will stop you from doing as many as you want, but you do know that you could...
I mean, they technically could argue the shit out of me, so...
well, you're not going to hear any arguments from me.
Alright, I will tell the captain. Here's the race I was originally going to go to, here's the race we could go to. And why.
Wait, why do you want to go to the other race?
Because it's on the planet that your target's gonna show up on. Potentially.
Well, let's go there then.
Yeah.
So which race comes first?
We'll say in terms of time, I guess we'll put it this way, Georgiana. You could do the other one first, and then the planet he'll probably arrive on. But of course, if there's any issues, he'll escape, which is probably not convenient for you guys. So realistically, you can go to the one that he's going to get first. That would make no sense.
Alright. I'll take us there.
Alrighty. You guys zoom on over to a little planet called Lith.
Oh, by the way,
Yes.
I will show Liam how to pilot the ship.
Oh, okay. He somewhat knows how to pilot a ship. He's definitely more comfortable with his mecha unit.
Well, I mean, I will also show him how cool this ship is.
He is actually quite impressed. The more you show him, the more impressed he is. Fortunately, you guys do indeed have enough juice to get there in time. You'll probably have a little bit of leeway. And as you guys arrive, on the outside, this planet seems quite drab. Red would be the wrong color to describe it. It's more of an orange, like a burnt macaroni, if you will.
I was about to say burnt umber or something.
Burnt umber, very macaroni-ish. Its exterior is covered in pockmarks and very long, tall, cylindrical shapes growing up out of, naturally, of course, out of the surface of the planet. They very much seem like, oh my god, my brain isn't working. Oh my god, what are they called? Holy shit, termite farms? Termite castles, basically. I'm sure you know what those look like.
Maybe.
Oh god, you haven't seen it? Okay, I would recommend looking that up.
Please no.
What? Termite Hill. They actually look super cool. This planet basically looks like it's covered
okay.
in multiple 100,000-foot termite hills.
Oh my.
Yes. In fact, it's also very similar to the same color as that.
Nara, should we be concerned?
Well, yeah, should we be concerned? Look, I don't want to say that it is.
I mean,
you know,
you could. God will bounce off that.
Yeah, you can.
God is very good at bouncing.
You can do one of the things. You can roll, and I can say answer how you want, or you can just answer it. If you don't want to, I can answer it. It's all good.
Okay, so what was the question again?
Are they dangerous? Should we be worried?
I would put them under mild threat.
And this is
But
definitely
only if provoked.
yes.
So,
This is definitely accurate. These creatures normally stick to themselves. They're very much concerned with keeping the colony alive and sort of sticking out of other people's business.
let's definitely not land on one then.
Correct. You'd want to leave them alone. And judging by the information you have, Georgiana, there's actually, interestingly, that you'd bring that up, you see a longer, wider funnel. And as you get closer and closer to it, this thing spans hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of feet wide. And you notice that its opening is a little more deliberate than the others. It doesn't look quite as natural. And as you get closer, judging by your notes, Georgiana, you notice that this is the entry point for the starting line, effectively. From what you read, they basically said they're going to meet in one of these funnels where everyone would get signed up. They want to know what your general name is going to be. Of course, you can call yourself literally anything. They don't really care too much. They want to make sure while they are announcing this race, they can at least call out names. So essentially, you would park the ship down in this.
Cornelius? Oh my.
Or GG, that works too. I mean,
While I'm sitting in the crowds, I'm gonna release one of my little spy drones that's gonna be scanning the like crowd while I'm waiting
Sure.
for the race.
and while you guys are kind of going around and doing that, you sort of notice, Georgiana, that your average pilot most likely could not have landed in this. It's not super thin. Obviously, different ship designs and such would have a much easier time landing on in here. But you notice that if your ship was bulkier, or if maybe you weren't the best pilot, one might crash upon trying to enter. You feel this is sort of a test to weed out those that, well, are unworthy, if you will. You, though,
Okay.
no issue.
No problem.
No problem whatsoever. So you easily land the ship. Ryder instantly hits the road to begin looking for this individual. You are also made aware, Georgiana, that you can effectively take this race in any way you wish. I mean, you could ride in your mech if you wish, or the Kabuto. They really don't care what you ride in as long as it is quote-unquote legal.
I can take the Kabuto?
You can take the Kabuto or your mech. It is up to you, but obviously we want speed. The Kabuto is quick. No FTL travel, of course. That is cheating. They're pretty specific on general cheating of that nature, because they want this to be a fun race, and they want you just to warp to the end. They want to see your piloting skills, and they want to see people explode.
I feel like my mech would be safer.
If that's the case, you're more than welcome to take it.
Well,
So-
can I get a map of the course?
So that's the fun thing. No.
Wait.
Then it's safer with my mech.
Why would they want you to see what the course looks like ahead of time?
Just in case there's any small areas, it's safer with the mech.
Now, if you
I thought this race was gonna be like in like a Gigi's like personal like hover bike or something.
Like I said, you can take effectively whatever vehicle you'd like.
My Nick.
No, I meant like the race in general, where it's like everybody was in hover bikes or something like that.
I
You
mean,
mean like a pod race?
I guess.
Yeah, kind of like a pod race.
No, this is pod racing. No.
I guess there could be
it's pod
races like
racing.
that, but not this one.
Okay. I just want to say, wait, how long did it take for us to fly from there to here?
About a day or so.
Can I say I gave her some like under the table adjustments?
Sure. Well, what are you thinking of?
Maybe things to help her maneuver better with like a quicker reaction time.
We can
Maybe
say
a speed boost.
Or like
Yeah.
WD-40.
yes, WD-40.
Space WD.
Nice.
Precisely. We can say during this race, Georgiana, go ahead and keep track for me. I'll just kind of do it here, I guess. Anytime you're in a bind and you feel like you want to like get there, I'll go ahead. Oh no, you know what? We have a system for that, don't we? Oh no! Why is my Fate utility thing completely broken? That's a shame. I can't make new aspects. Oh god, that's actually a huge shame. Nani the F. Okay. Annoying. Okay, whatever. Oh wait, hold up. Hang on, I'm gonna fix this. Do I? Okay, I swear that there's a reset button. Lab dumb it. Okay, whatever, doesn't matter. Alrighty, yeah. So we'll just say that you have 2 of these basically. They can function like free fate points. Basically, they're a boost that's on you, Georgiana. So while you're racing, if you want, you can just kind of turn it on and then free reroll or add +2. Okay. Is basically how we will treat that. And regarding that, you know where to sign up. You know where to go. It is fairly obvious. As I mentioned, they're not really trying to hide it. As you guys land down in here, you see hundreds of people that dressed all different types of sizes. You got fancy folk, you got some people that are trying to be a little more inconspicuous than others, but you got a lot of really loud folk. You aren't the loudest here, Georgia, and put it that way.
I will whisper if I notice anyone trying to be extra conspicuous because they might have a bounty on their heads.
Okay. You guys are definitely keeping an eye out for that. Knowing where you guys currently are,
If we can make a little extra money on the side, why the hell not, right?
Yeah, that and where you guys currently are, the odds of someone being here that is either being looked for or shouldn't be here is, I won't say high, but likely. Definitely 100% likely.
Possible.
Yeah, very possible. As you sort of look around a bit, you find the registration center, Georgiana. And there is a bit of a line, and you find it's not really well organized. There are people just kind of standing where you thought the line was. Maybe you stand there for like 5 minutes before you realize that it's not moving because it's not a line. Which you then walk around and end up pretty close to the front. They're processing people very quickly. You notice it is literally just like, name, ship, cool, next. And as you reach the front of the line, Georgiana, they look at you somewhat impatiently, waiting for your answer.
Georgiana with Trixie.
Where am I? While
Is
you're
that-
doing this?
Are you on the Kabuto or did you get off?
I would have gotten off.
Okay.
I want to be near Georgiana until she has to go on the... until she has to go set up.
Sure. Then we can definitely
So-
say you're near her in the line, basically, while she's saying this.
I'm staring at that guy real hard.
Which
For
guy?
no reason.
Which
The
guy?
one that's asking her.
Oh.
No reason at all.
Aw.
I'm just hiding behind and I'm like, death
He-
glare.
Sort of pauses for a moment as you say that, and they look at you, Georgiana, and they look down at their notes and go, "The Georgiana?
Sorry, what do you say?
The Georgiana?"
Yes, the Georgiana. And I look real smug.
You indeed look very, very, very smug. As in the... Okay, not really going for sabotage this time, are we?
Not in the mood.
Oh. Well, okay. Do you want me to enter you into that name, Miss Georgiana? And Trixie?
Yep.
Is that a yes to both questions?
Trixie is my mech.
Yes. Well, that's really fun.
You're right, it will be.
I'm gonna go ahead and give you a fate point for that. Effectively, everyone's gonna know you're here, and anyone
Loud
that
and
you
proud, loud and proud, baby.
anyone you spurned in the past is going to be targeted.
All right.
How many people has she spurned that are in the race?
That's a wonderful question.
Probably a lot.
Roll a D100.
What?
Oh yes, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that.
How many people are in the race total?
29.
29?
Nah, 8,944.
8,000? Oh my god. Not 8,000.
Why not?
That just
That-
seems a little excessive.
That's 9,000. Just round up.
No, it's a very specific amount.
Just to earn those 9,000. But yes, you do get the feeling that you are going to be somewhat targeted now. As I mentioned, the names are public, which is why they're cool with you coming up with basically anything. And Liam sort of nods at that, respecting you a little more for not really attempting to hide who you are.
Loud and proud.
And you move over to the side as the next person registers, and you don't really recognize any of these names.
While she does that, I'm like, Georgiana,
Yes.
if you don't win this, I'm gonna lose a lot of money.
Is Gigi still in line?
No, she just left line. She's like near it.
I have no doubt I'll win, dear.
Can I know I'm writer, but can I pretend to be like a racer real quick?
Sure.
So Gigi, you see like this like kind of big, almost like boar-looking pig dude, and he's like, "Oh, Gigi, oh, you're here. Of course you are. It's gonna be nice to destroy you."
Do I know him?
You vaguely remember this person maybe in a race from a long time ago, and they were not impressive.
Target number 1 acquired.
Does he walk past?
There always has to be an obnoxious pig guy in a race.
So true. Does he walk past?
Yes. He sort of taunts Georgiana and doesn't really think he needs to be introduced because of course she remembers him, and then kind of like laughs to himself as he waddles
And then he
past.
walks.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna trip him.
That guy.
You're going to trip him? Okay.
Yeah, while he's walking around, while walking past me and not,
Sure.
looking. I'm gonna trip him.
Roll. I'll say you're being conspicuous about this. Yeah.
Yeah,
Inconspicuous.
I'm
You're
not trying to
sneaky,
hide
sneaky.
it.
Oh, you're not
Georgiana's right there. I'm
Okay.
good.
Okay. I was gonna say roll stealth, but
Well, stealth is my best one.
go ahead and roll
Maybe
stealth. Yeah, go ahead and
I'll
roll
do
stealth.
stealth
That's
to
fine.
stick my leg out,
Yeah,
but
well,
I'm
you-
not gonna hide it afterwards.
Yeah.
Damn.
Okay. Well,
Ouch.
I just
We-
kick him in the shin.
we tie so your like leg sticks out to trip him, but you time it wrong, so you just kind of like he's huge. It doesn't hurt him at all. You kind of just like plump right into his leg, and he just sort of turns to look at you. You're just like, do I know you?
I flip him off.
He stares at you for an extra second or two, and just like, and then he gives you like the double birds and says, very spicy this one.
I'm like, watch yourself. Watch
He like he pats you on the head and just like walks by.
it. Gianna, take him out.
Yeah.
Nobody pats me on the head like that.
Find out what ship he's driving.
Your mic is like imploding.
And then we sabotage it.
I'm so mad. How can I sabotage?
You're more than welcome to.
How do I do this?
So there are various things you can do. You can follow him into the hangar. You can find the ship he's in, and then you can use any one of your various skills to either distract him away from his ship and then mess with it, or just find his
You know
ship
what?
and then mess with it.
I'm gonna stealth my way into the hangar, find his
Okay.
ship. When he's not looking, I want to disable, like,
Okay.
hit something.
Sure. Go ahead and roll me a stealth one more time while you go off to go do that. Ooh, that's spicy. I'll get out.
Okay.
All right. This will be just like a general look. Wow. Okay.
Oh man.
You're more than welcome to use one of your fate
Fate
points.
point?
To,
Oh, I
yeah.
will.
Okay.
Okay.
You know what?
Angry Nara.
We'll say this one evens out because you kind of going out of your way to do this could be very not great for you. So we'll say you both gain one going to do this, but you'll lose one. You'll use one in the process, so you're still 3.
Okay.
And that does
So I
put
still
you,
have 3. Okay.
Yeah, you still have 3, and this puts you to 7. So while you're looking in, he doesn't see you. Various onlookers do not see you, and while the security system, of course, does ? It's not the best security system. It was very much thrown at the last second. You actually notice, Nara, that they.
Also knows anything goes race.
Yeah. On that note, you notice that the security should probably be a little better in terms of looking around the hangar, and you pause for a moment. And you kind of notice that one ship, like 5 sections down, someone's screwing with. At first you thought maybe it was the mechanic or maybe it was the pilot. No. Someone's doing what you're planning on doing to someone else. And it's not a ship you recognize, but like, okay.
It's not on my ship though, right?
Yeah, so no, it's no ship that we own or care about.
Okay.
So it makes
I'm gonna keep one eye on that person.
Yeah, it makes you actually wonder if all the security is just for show. And they don't mind if you do shit like this, so.
Okay. Well, how close is that person to the ship that I'm looking for?
This certain individual is about 5 ships away from you.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna start working on this thing.
Mr. Pigman.
Might want to post a guard on our ship.
This rust bucket. Oh, that's what I'm there for. Don't worry about it.
Hey, Daniel, can you tell me if while my drone is scanning, if I happen to see Chadley?
I will definitely let you know.
Okay. So I want to disable.
Are me and Aldris sitting next to each other right now, or?
Aldris, where are you exactly? What are you doing?
To be honest, I kind of want to enter the race as well.
You aren't welcome to.
He is a good pilot.
He is a good pilot. Okay, are you entering as Aldris or?
No, but I don't know of a name off the top of my head. I'll think about it.
Sure, no worries.
You know, I just want to cut a whole bunch of wires.
Just a whole bunch.
Like, I literally don't even care what it is.
I'll just go as the Dark Falcon.
Please, no.
Just make it so he can't
Big
turn.
no.
So he can't what?
So he can't turn.
Yeah. Like I'm gonna disable stuff on his steering, on his brakes, on his gas.
This boy's gonna die.
On his landing gear.
That's the point.
He's gonna run into a mountain and blow up.
And then, Stu, what do I need to roll for that, or can I just do it?
You'll need to roll, but you follow him up to what you first assume is like maybe, I don't know, the garbage truck that would, kind of fly through here, pick up the trash, whatnot, and then fly out and dump it somewhere. But he ends up leaning against it, and you realize this is his vehicle.
Oh, it's ugly, just like him.
And smells quite a bit.
Just like him.
Of course it smells.
Just like him.
What's the prize for winning this race?
On top of the usual credits prize, there's also a mystery prize attached to it. And people have been saying that whatever this mystery prize is very much worth entering for. They are being very tight-lipped about it. Someone obviously knows what it is because someone's giving it away, but they're not wanting to tell everyone, which is just...
really care. I'm gonna win it.
Yeah, I mean, the credit reward by itself is actually quite generous, but this little bit of information is definitely turning some heads.
I have an inkling suspicion that's why Duke is here, so I'm gonna try to get some information on what it is exactly and where it is being located.
You think he's probably gonna steal it before the race ends, so you're looking out for him, Ryder. Roll me notice real quick. And in the meantime, what are you doing, Gigi?
I guess I'm
Nice.
double checking my mech.
Okay. Your mech seems to be in tip-top shape and order. So does yours, Aldris. No issues there at all. Nara, go ahead and roll me. Whoops. I think burglary was your hacking skill.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me that. Burglary.
Oops. Craft. Didn't matter.
Same as it ever was. Okay. You don't really need to try too hard to get over this, but it is going to take you a bit longer than you were anticipating. which might give you away. I'll ask for another stealth roll in a
Well,
second.
you know, I don't want to get tetanus, so I should be careful.
Definitely, yeah. You start working on it, and like maybe you have all the gusto and all the fury of a Nara scorned, and then as you kind of get in there, you're like, okay. I also don't want to just die. So you're taking your time to make sure that the revenge is sweet. And while you're kind of rolling about, Ryder, and your little bot is essentially checking around, you think you see or hear an inkling of something. Some of the security guards are, as I mentioned before, way more interested in guarding whatever this prize is and the credit reward, more so than they are the ships in the hangar. They whisper that, security has been doubled up. I said, of course. We don't want him showing up. And they don't use any names, but they almost pause before they say names. And you get the feeling that they do indeed mean Duke Lancaster. You're actually very certain they mean Duke Lancaster. Mainly because of the way that they're speaking, and they're kind of pausing and like checking over their shoulders and whatnot.
Darn Duke.
That darn Duke boy!
Did he have any time yet to check those suspicious individuals I pointed out? I assume he could have got snapshots of their face with his camera thing.
Rephrase that?
I pointed out some suspicious individuals.
Yep.
Would Ryder have had time to just get a sneak peek at their faces to verify if they're wanted or not?
Oh, yes. When you do look, they just seem to be, everyone's wanted in some way, shape, or form, but you figure these folk aren't really worth your time.
So no other hidden big gems?
Correct. Definitely, maybe, at some point, taking out. But,
Alright, fair. I'm just helping.
Oh, yeah, definitely. So, Mr. Aldris enters as CU78E,
Oh my.
which they don't bat an eye at. They let you right on in, buddy. They do not seem to care.
Nice.
And you guys know that the race will begin sometime later today, in about 4 hours, you guys believe, from what I told you. And you did notice something very particular, Georgiana, that they didn't mention anything about what to do, what not to do, etc., which leads you to believe that, yes, this is indeed an anything goes race.
In my long-term experience.
Yes.
That generally implies.
In your experience, this basically means if he dies, he dies.
Alright, I will stock up on extra lollipops.
All right. You seem to be fully stocked on all your goods. And a question, is Liam riding with you, or do you want him to watch from the outside?
I will ask.
You're taking your mech,
Comes
right?
with me.
Yeah. He goes with you.
You ask, and he thinks from it, goes, I didn't even think about it. I guess I could ride with you. Would you say you're more impressive from the outside?
I'm gonna be honest. I'm probably impressed from both views.
Well, that does create somewhat of a problem, doesn't it? I guess we could record one.
There is a second race too, so
We can just double dip. You know what? I'll ride with you on this one. How's that sound?
sounds good.
Excellent. Alrighty, so Liam will be not racing with you is the wrong term, but he'll be in your ship where he fits. We don't know, somewhere nice.
He can be my spot man in case I miss something.
Exactly.
Especially with how seedy this one is looking to be.
Aldris, do you want Meek to ride with you, or just kind of chill in the cockpit?
Hell yeah, I want Meek. I gotta tell him to help power the thrusters.
All right, he will indeed do that.
Ooh.
I don't know if he understands me, but
All right.
I think he probably does.
We'll say Nara, to finish up this little heist, go ahead and roll me stealth one more time, and I'll roll against you with notice. Okay. You get away with this, fortunately, scot-free. Nobody
Wait.
sees you.
Can I do one more thing?
What do you want to do?
I just want to write FU on the windshield.
On what?
On the
Windshield.
windshield.
Sure.
Okay.
All right, you
And then I
thoroughly vandalize his ship, and he doesn't notice. No one is the wiser. You think someone's gonna see you at first. They like almost lock eyes with you as you're like slowly cutting through a wire.
Me making eye contact with a pair of scissors in my hand.
Yeah, and then like you're like snip, 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 and then like snip as like you're directly looking at someone from like just like a few feet away, and they look at the ship, look at you, and kind of just like smile and then walk off.
Okay.
Nice.
And then I zoom off towards
Yeah.
where Georgiana's mech is.
Okay. Both your guys' mechs are deployed side by side. You guys are actually near the Kabuto. There's an upper hangar for the transport ships, which is the
Can I
Kabuto
do a
currently
last
is.
minute check
Yeah, definitely.
of their ships to make sure nothing's been tampered with?
Yeah. Does anything else want to check?
I trust Nara.
All right, drop me an investigation roll. Chicky.
It's only a 1.
Checking that chicken.
Oh, actually, it's not horrible.
Okay.
And can I assist with that?
Yes, I actually believe how assists work in this game is they just get a +1, so that gives her a 3.
Nice.
And if there's any, at least I believe that's how it works. And then if there's any downsides, you get to enjoy the downsides as well. Fortunately, there are none for this. And the two of you kind of spend your time looking over the ship. You don't really see too many issues. Liam kind of kept his eyes out as well, and you guys stayed pretty close. That you guys have the Kabuto things as well. So you're very, very, very certain there is nothing wrong with your ship or Aldris's ship. And while they are doing all this, Ryder, you keep hearing more rumors about someone dangling with ships and someone messing with various security bits. And them knowing, this actually confirms for you that the security here is basically just for show. They're not entirely sure if it's him, if it's someone else, if he's just trying to taunt them, or what exactly. But it's almost as if someone is trying to distract them as much as humanly possible and kind of setting little fires here and there and here and there. They're starting to get complaints from some of the drivers. But not all of them. And during the race, Nara, what do you plan on doing while Ryder is looking for this individual?
I think I'm going to try scanning the crowds for that person we're looking for.
Sure.
Or maybe I'll have one of my little bots doing a scan so that in case Georgiana needs help, I can, log in or whatever.
Ghost is keeping you company.
Can I go where
Okay.
I think I don't want to say the officials are, but kind of in the direction of where staff only is, and trying to go through a back door to see what I can, but I want to be spy wise. So I want to go over there, try to find an outfit that looks like one of theirs, and then put it on and be totally 007 about it.
Definitely. Go ahead and roll me stealth.
Roll what?
Stealth?
Sorry, say it again.
Stealth.
Stealth.
Oh, sorry.
Can I message Ryder while this is happening? Can I
Yeah.
ask him if he needs any help?
Definitely. Ryder, do you
So-
respond?
What are you asking?
I say, job done with race. Need any extra help?
I'll tell her I have inkling that he might already be here and he might be sabotaging some stuff. So, see if you can hack into the security cameras and look around for any, clues of him popping his little head out.
Okay. I'll see if I can find a blind spot where the security cameras are so that I can use my data pad or whatever.
Excellent. All right, so you can go ahead and do that, Ryder, while you are looking about. You think you see a pretty good hole in the security, and you think maybe this is my moment. And before you're still able to jet in, maybe grab an outfit and get to work, you feel a very large hand on your shoulder. And then you hear behind you, Ryder,
Yes.
You
That
turn and
Chadley?
you see your best friend, Chadley Starblazer. And he goes,
Sounds like a jackass.
Indeed. He looks down at you, Ryder, and kind of pats you on the shoulder again and says, "How fortuitous to see you here, Ryder."
And you as well, Chadley.
What brings you here, friend? Are you also here for the bounty?
The bounty? What do you? I'm here for the to cheer my crew member on in the race.
Oh, sure thing. Wink. Definitely not here for Mr.
Totally not here for Mr. Wink.
We definitely would not say his name now, would we? Do you need any assistance, or do you think you've got this race watching down on your own?
Well, why would you want to help me in a race when we're both racing for first place?
He sort of narrows his eyes and smiles that, indeed we are, indeed we are. Well, let us say the best racer will, of course, come out on top, won't they?
We all know who the best racer is.
Of course we do, of course we do. Well, Ryder, he sort of begins to look around a bit. You enjoy your fine day. Unfortunately, I cannot give you too much of my time, as I am definitely not busy looking for someone. I'm, of course, here for the races.
Indeed, indeed.
All right, well...
I'll let you get back to that.
Oh, yes, I am quite busy watching races and such. It is definitely quite fun. I do wish the greatest luck to your Birdman and Gigi. I assume the two of them are racing.
Yeah.
Well, I will be there cheering them on and definitely not doing something else.
Well, catch you on the flip side, Chadley.
Oh, excellent, good sir, excellent, good sir. And he kind of forcibly shakes both of your hands and then kind of as he turns and
how did you describe
off.
Chadley again? He's taller than me, right?
He's absurdly tall. He's like over 7 feet. He's
Okay.
basically like take a person and just like stretch them to be too big and chiseled from like stone. Like everything about him is too flat and he looks like an action figure basically. His shoulders are way too like
the guy I sent you a picture of.
Sorry, was that Nara?
Does he look like JoJo?
He's very JoJo. He's incredibly JoJo, but like even more.
Okay.
He's like
JoJo cubed.
Yeah, he's like yeah. It's like Baki and JoJo and like all of the manliest, over the top defined men wedged into this guy. Yeah, he's both like pleasant to look at because you know he's like perfectly symmetrical, but also unpleasant because it's like a person shouldn't look like that. He kind of hits that weird uncanny valley where it's like you're a walking sculpture. Okay. Anyway, so he does a walk off into the crowd and is impossible to miss. But Ryder, you do realize that you probably missed your moment to jump in and stealth there. You can most likely do it somewhere else, but unfortunately, Chadley did interrupt you.
Well, flab it.
And
I'm gonna try to go around different to see what I can find.
Okay. As you begin to look around a bit, you do notice that the staff are increasingly worried. But the race will actually begin very, very soon. You sort of slink around a bit, Ryder, trying to see if there's any other entryways if we're still trying to go this route. And you do see one of the back rooms is currently, I don't want to say being guarded, but there are 2 security members just having a conversation in front of it. And from what you've seen, this is probably the most open one. You don't see anyone inside. You just see these 2 members on the outside talking to each other.
And they look like
They definitely
just like
work here.
normal staff members.
Yeah, they're definitely staff members here.
I'm going to. Is there like, I'm gonna. Is there like a hall leading towards them, or like opposite? Like, what am I?
You're in a relatively open area. There aren't too many people congregating here, mainly because the race will be starting soon. But yes, they are currently down a hallway that's maybe 10-20 feet. and then it ends in just a door, which you presume they are guarding, but they're more preoccupied with whatever conversation they have. It would be impossible to sneak around them because they are in a hallway.
Pretty much what I'm trying to ask is like, if I'm gonna set up a distraction, is there like a corner I could set up a distraction in?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay, I'm gonna go to a corner and place one of my little speaker boxes I had last time, and I'm gonna use that as a distraction. And once I place it, I'm gonna start walking the opposite way.
Okay. Are you trying to distract the noise? Because it is still kind of loud here. Not too loud, but loud enough. There's chatter.
Okay, so if it's a little bit loud, okay, I'm gonna set up a timed like, it's not like a bomb, but it's gonna it's like, I'm trying to remember what those like firecrackers that like pop really loud.
Yeah.
I'm pretty much gonna set up one of those.
Sure, yeah, okay. So you set one of those off somewhere pretty discreet, and no one really sees you do this. And you kind of gotta like walk off to the side while it pops, and then scoot on in, I assume.
Yeah.
Okay. You do that, and you find a nice wall to lean against while you're sort of waiting. And is this a timed dealio, or do you trigger it?
It's a time, because I'm gonna start walking, and then once it starts going off and they notice, I'm just gonna swingle right in.
The two of them are deep in conversation as they hear a loud like, and they both like look over. They start looking around, and there's some smoke, and they kind of look to each other like, was that a what? And then they kind of and you see the two of them begin to walk by you, and they're just grumbling under their breath. As the hallway is now clear, you kind of toss it in an awkward location, so they have to sort of look under some rafters to see exactly where it came from or what it was. They're occasionally checking over their shoulder, but not so much that you would be it'd be impossible to sneak back there. So the hallway's currently open.
Once I notice they're not looking, I'm gonna zip into it.
Okay. You slink back there quickly, unseen. The door is unlocked, fortunately, and you're able to sneak back into what seems to be partially a changing room and an office. It's very, very makeshift. You can tell they probably host races here semi-frequently, but there's nothing permanent here. A lot of the metal walls were quickly put into place just to kind of keep things relatively clean and orderly. But you notice the room's empty. No security devices or anything.
Well, I had to be guarding something. I'm gonna use my scanner to see if I can pick up anything on infrared or heat or anything.
You don't pick up any local heat or infrared. You actually notice this room is essentially not just a changing room, but it is a changing room with an office over to the side. Once again, very, very makeshift. A large metal table covered in papers.
The office.
Okay. You head over to the office, and you see enough papers spread about. Quickly looking through them, you notice that it's various names from some of the racers and whatnot. You figure they probably do it this way so that there's no digital track of it, and they can just burn the papers later.
Is there any paintings on the wall?
No, it is very sparse, very Spartan. This is functional only.
I'm gonna check the desk to see if there's anything in it.
Okay. You open the desk, you find some alcohol, you find a weapon, and you find various blank sheets.
Well, this is not helpful at all. I wonder why they were guarding this. And you said my scanners didn't pick up anything?
Correct.
Well, shoot. All right, I'm gonna bounce out of this place.
Okay. As you begin to head on back, you can actually see through. There's like a small glass porthole in the door, and you see that they're actually both walking back toward the door.
Is there like a helmet or anything racer-like in this room, in the changing room?
There are definitely some. Oops, mommy, I forgot my outfit. So here's like thrown together racer outfit, but there are outfits that are very, very similar, if not exactly similar to theirs. This is a changing room for staff specifically, and there are extra suits.
Okay, I'm gonna put one of their staff uniforms on.
Okay, you're now wearing one of their uniforms. Is it just over your uniform, or?
Yeah, just over mine. I'm just gonna walk out and head the opposite direction.
Okay. You open the door as they kind of walk towards you, and then they pause for a moment, look at you, and go. One of them goes, who are you? And then the second one speaks up and says, I don't recall anyone being in there.
Well, I just had to grab something real quick for a race. My bad. Carry on. I'm just gonna walk past them. Did you die? Rip. What happens when you use a robot voice? I'm just kidding.
Okay, we good now?
Yeah.
That was weird.
You did
Sorry.
say it was a. Is it just a changing room for the staff or the racers as well?
You have a feeling it's just the staff.
Okay, so then let me say what I said then.
Sure.
Oh, hey guys, my bad. I just had to grab something for the guys at the starting line. They said they left something in here. Don't mind me.
They both look at you, and one of them says, I don't recall anyone being in there.
Oh, I just walked in here like 2 seconds ago, and I'm just gonna like start walking past them.
Okay, roll me deception.
Leave me alone.
Okay. They kind of get in your way and go, we're, for, what are you grabbing for who, precisely?
For Chet, he said he needed me to grab something. He works on the starting line with one of the racers.
They look to each other and then kind of look back, and they're thinking like, are you new here?
Yeah, I just started like a couple days ago. Sorry, my bad.
What's your name?
Tristan.
Tristan, okay. You know, he might have snuck by when we were looking at okay, that's fine. All right, Tristan, you're supposed to get permission before you go back there. Just not that there's, too much really going on back there, but we're trying to make sure that there isn't, someone skulking about and, well, stealing things. But you seem adequate. I wouldn't worry too much. Newbies and all that. Just report to management after this race is done, please, if you can.
All right, my bad. Sorry, sorry, guys.
It's fine. Just, don't just pass it by us. We're trying to do our job. You're trying to do yours. You know how that works. It's stupid, but we have to do it.
Yeah, no, the race was starting. I just didn't know what to do, so I just ran in here.
It's fine. And then they kind of wave you past them. Take it easy.
Later.
Okay, you head by now wearing one of these staff outfits.
Darn right.
Okay. What do you choose to do with this now?
I guess I'll page Nara to see if she's seen anything suspicious.
All right, Nara, where are you currently positioned?
I have found myself a spot in the stand.
Okay.
That is a blind spot for all of the security cameras that I can see.
Okay, excellent.
And then up there, if there's anybody who tries to sit close to me, I give them a really mean look.
Excellent. So you're effectively alone, and people don't want to sit next to you, but they don't really know why. But you know why.
I know why, because I don't want them there.
Precisely.
That's why. Okay. So yeah, I'm doing my thing. I am. So I've sent my little bots to look around. Report back anything interesting.
Okay.
But is there
Unfortunately,
anyone?
there's a lot of shifty folk here, so it's really difficult to get an actual pin on anything.
Yeah.
But all the same, they're bringing back some information. It's taking you longer than you'd like to sort through it, but you're getting closer and closer to the information that you're looking for. Roll me crafts to see kind of how quickly you can get through this chunk of information. You're basically looking through the data that all your little roly bots are bringing back to you. Okay. Not the greatest. You actually have a feeling you might need to tune up some of them. Maybe they're intaking a little too much information, like shoe size and pant size. Like, what are you doing?
I don't need to know that.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, no, not. I just need like faces and like, oh my god. So you
Oh
kind
my
of
God.
have to go back and like, okay, too much info. Thanks though.
They're like
And-
coming back with, this guy needs to get his hair cut. I'm like,
Yeah,
I don't
basically.
care.
His complexion's awful. It's like, what are you doing?
Like, I do not care about his skincare routine.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, I guess it's good to know that it definitely needs some.
Actually, if there's
some
somebody
work.
who comes back with an excellent skincare routine, I'm like, all right, but you're a good one. I'll keep you in.
Maybe jot that down for like personal use.
Yeah.
You actually do find while you do receive a lot of useless information, they almost took in so much information. You think to yourself like, did I program them to do this? Like,
Yeah.
to be this thorough? Like, how did they even get this information?
Yeah.
Like, how do you know
I'm
when he
like-
last brushed his teeth?
How did I do this?
Yeah, it's almost impressive, but we don't have
Also,
to think
a little frustrating.
mostly frustrating than anything. So you're sorting through the information, and eventually you will be able to sort of nail down who's actually super suspicious and who's just here for the races and whatnot. And while you're looking through this, the race is actually about to begin, and both Georgiana and Aldris, you guys are sort of lined up. I'm just gonna kind of put y'all right here. And then as the race progresses, I'll just kind of put your little tokens forward, and we're just gonna go around Glyph effectively for the actual race itself, and then random things and whatnot will just get in the way as they do. And while Nar is looking through this information and the races are about to start, Aldris and Georgiana, what are y'all doing?
I'm charging Meek.
I'm doing a last minute third check of my mech
Okay.
and making sure we're all settled in the cockpit.
All right. The cockpit does seem very settled. Your mech seems so far perfectly fine. You're not really running into any issues or anything. You are surrounded by various other ships and mechs and just very odd-looking tankers that are attempting to fly around this planet. From what you know, Georgiana, in order to win, we're going to fly, as you look straight up, we're flying out the funnel that we came in, which, now that you know, that is incredibly dangerous. You were expecting maybe another opening or something, but, well, there shouldn't be too much of an issue for you. And then
No problem.
initially, it was presumed that we'd be flying under the crust of the planet, but they actually changed it that we're going to be flying on the outside for whatever reason. And that sounds fun, doesn't it?
Yes.
And before the races begin, Ryder, when you took that outfit, you actually also got one of their communication devices that was sort of attached to the lapel of the suit. And you hear some voices chime in, but it's not connected to you properly, so you can't hear exactly what they're saying, but you do indeed kind of hear it going off.
Put it to my ear so I can hear better.
Okay, you can now hear perfectly fine, and you catch the end of the conversation, but essentially what you get is, all right, are the depth charges in place? They are indeed in place. We are ready to disturb the locals, if you will.
Oh no, I saw that coming.
Excellent. And today is the day of the meteor shower, yes? Of course it is.
Oh no.
Perfect, then we can start the races soon.
Did he just say death charges?
Depth.
Like
They're gonna-
D-E-P-T-H or D-E-A-T-H?
DEPTH. They're gonna blow up those mounds to disturb the residents.
I'm gonna call Gigi on my talkie thingy.
You're going to call Gigi, but as you do, lights just like, and they begin to announce the races very loudly, almost intentionally loudly, and you get insane quick feedback from your audio device writer. And you see, Georgiana and Aldris, that they are about to start the races in mere seconds. as everyone is getting ready and lining up. You do know that your goal is to go out that flue hole, around the planet, and then there's actually a little finish like dome at the very end. They just said it was a dome, so you're basically going all the way around the planet. And don't cheat, because we'll know. There's apparently a checkpoint on the other side of the planet.
I never cheat.
You'd never cheat.
Not in a race.
Definitely not. There's a checkpoint on the other side of the planet, and once you hit that, you're basically good. And then there's one more checkpoint, and then you'll be in the dome. So as the races start, a countdown is projected in front of all of you. It's in an alien language, but which you can indeed all read, whether naturally or it's automatically translated for you. And it counts down to 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then suddenly you just hear, and every vehicle just goes off all at once.
Except for the one. What about that guy? What about Pigman?
He's definitely going off.
We want him to run into a wall.
All these vehicles and mechs and just various machinations of space majesty all fire off at the same time. Georgiana and Aldris both roll me pilot to see if we can escape the tip, if you will.
Tip.
The tip.
We gotta get a good start.
Gotta get a good start. We're looking for a high. Ooh, okay. I will say to get out requires a roll of 3, and then whoever gets the higher roll will be in the lead. Of course, if you wish to use one of your fate points to jump out to a 4, you're more than welcome to. Done and done, as we are a good pilot. All right, the two of you blast off, and initially Aldris sort of has the lead, but Georgiana, you need to show off to somebody.
Yes.
Yeah, me. Me. Me.
Am I able to contact them now, or?
There is so much going on right now that even if you did, you're not sure they would hear it. As you guys jettison forward, you shoot out of this. Now that there's this many ships surrounding you guys, you're not in first, unfortunately. They didn't really tell you where you guys are supposed to line up, and you noticed that some ships kind of took this as their cue to start closer to the exit. So a good handful, at least 5, got out. I want to say way before you guys did, but we can only engage, to so many, a certain speed on the inside. Otherwise, crash dead. Not the best way to start a race, as you guys all know. But fortunately, the two of you that started at the what you assume would be the official finish, starting and maybe finish line, you guys both started in a relatively good location, and you guys kind of and then shoot out the hole. Nara, are you waiting patiently for Mr. Pigman?
Yes.
Okay. As you are waiting patiently,
I know something's going to happen. And I want to savor it when it does.
Patience is rewarded. As you see all these just majestic rockets go off, you see this large circular junk bucket also go off. He's using a more old school propulsion system that kind of melds and turns into something more modern. And the ship begins spinning, like just a circle spinning onto itself, and you're not sure if it's supposed to do that. In fact, you're actually watching it just do a handful of indescribable things. Plates are flying off. You're like, maybe he's stripping these to like. You're almost thinking to yourself, did I make it worse or better?
It's so bad that my trying to make it worse made it better.
So he's
too good for my own good.
He's jetting off, and you notice on the inside of this large like termite mound, this funnel, essentially the insides are kind of held up by a whole bunch of metal beams and such, just to make sure it doesn't completely collapse on us. It is mostly made of bug spit, effectively, and sand. Before he gets to the end, you can't really tell what he's thinking, but he basically just what are they called? The safety bar bowling ball off the ding 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 ding, just off both sides. Like a 3-year-old bowling, and just instantly throwing it into the gutter. He just bounces off the gutter guards right before he exits, and just like, and then shoots out the cap. And you think you're not sure if he didn't make it, but like at the last second, he just like ping ponged off the inside of this like cap and just shot outside, and very, very clearly is left last. His ship took a good 5 seconds just to get going. So you're not sure what happened, but you definitely ruined his day.
Good.
Did the Can I say that I had a bot watching him?
Sure.
Because I want to know what he did when he saw the FU on his windshield.
Definitely. We'll say your little bot that was watching him when he walked up, he kind of like snorted to himself, but he blamed some other rider, some other driver, someone else that he definitely pissed off at some point in the past. He half laughed at it, but as he's trying to like wipe it off, he just kind of halfway gave up.
Ah, perfect. I love a surprise.
And now that they're outside, Ryder, you do believe you could probably communicate with both Aldous and Georgiana.
I call both of them and be like, hey, you guys need to watch out. There's going to be a, what was it? Something shower?
Meteor shower.
Yeah, meteor shower, and they're also going to blow up some shit.
What shit? Keep details, Captain.
The mounds.
Oh, the do not disturb?
Yeah, watch out for the mounds. They're probably gonna, or not probably, they are detonating the mounds.
All right, noted.
All right, as you guys learn this wonderful information, you are neck and neck, beginning to speed around the planet. You guys are surrounded by various other mechs and various ships, some a little smaller than the Kabuto, maybe a bit too large for this racing avenue, but all the same, various folk are keeping up with you, and some are zooming by. You're not entirely sure how. Maybe it's, you know, some new technology or something, but both of you believe in your ability as racers and jet forth forward. And as you do hear an explosion up ahead, a good mile or so, and you see just dirt and stone just kind of just clatter on everything, and you begin to feel vibrations around you, and your sensors go off. As you kind of look to your left and look to your right, you can't really catch an eye on it, but the sensor kind of like, where's this coming from? And you look over to your left, and you see just these swarms of these beasts just pouring out of these holes, and they're like climbing up onto each other. And initially they just seem sort of agitated, and they're initially trying to fix the holes that were made by the explosions, but more explosions go off, and then you guys begin to sort of see this mist begin to slowly billow up out of the ground, just grow and grow and grow, and it's getting taller and taller and taller. And initially you pay it no mind. Aldous and Georgiana, go ahead and roll me another pilot. Okay. Mr. Aldous, do you want to boost that in any way?
Can I? I would have to use a fate point, wouldn't I?
Yes.
Sure, why not? One fate point.
Alrighty. Are you going for a reroll or just jack up to 3?
I'm gonna reroll.
Okay, go for it.
I should have just done 2, but whatever.
All good. So the overcome for this was just basically 2. So you both do succeed, but Georgiana's going to be in the lead. So she sort of jets up ahead of you, just by a little bit, Aldous. You see she just sort of jets past as an explosion erupts behind her. Fortunately, she completely dodges it, and the side of your ship takes the flak of it, but you don't take any damage or really experience too much of an issue. It slows you down just a wee bit, but your exterior and your shields, everything are just fine as you kind of barrel roll out of the way and then continue your boost forward. And as you guys blast forward and blast forward and blast forward, your alarms go off again as you are expecting bombs or something else to go off, but they don't. And instead, Georgiana, you see this first, a light quickly approaches and then zips by you, and then behind you hear an explosion, and your sensors go off again. You can see that a ship was just torn to pieces, and then again another laser kind of goes off, and another laser goes off, and as you guys quickly turn a corner, you can see this like small mounted gun that's actually stuck to one of these large dirt mounds, and it's a kind of firing on auto, and you're not sure if it was aiming for you. It's just kind of like naturally dodged it or what, but it's attempting to take people out. And as you guys are moving about, we push forward and push forward, and see if the two of you, Aldous, you notice that looking ahead, you sort of see what is this exactly? The bugs and the like these like worm like beasts. They're a little easier to see now that they've sort of jumped out of their hovel, and you notice all this smoke is starting to billow up, and they kind of stop building, and they turn to your guys' ships, and they start like crawling on top of each other, and you can start to see them kind of twitch, and then they start to become more aggressive as you see almost just like a column of them climb up themselves and twirl around, and they actually jump onto another mech and just tear it apart.
Nice.
And with that, you actually do see in the distance, as Ryder warned you, more of these meteors are actually starting to come down. The two of you, roll me shoot first, since you guys are in your mechs. We're looking for a 2 again on this. Nice.
Would mine be lore? Because mine's
yes,
all magic powered.
Yeah. All right, wonderful. Both of you are able to bypass this as well. Meek attempts to assist you in taking these down, and rather than having to dodge, you guys are actually able to sort of shoot these meteors out of the sky before they even reach you. And you guys jet forward and forward and forward.
I upgraded my shoot.
Exactly. And you guys actually zoom by a bunch of just torn down and dilapidated ships and mechs and such. Behind you, Aldris, you're just barely trailing behind Georgiana, and you sort of hear it before you see it. Just this rumbling as you guys are dashing and zipping between various explosions and just eruptions of these beasts coming forth from the earth. There is a rather large one that just sort of shoots up, and it's moving real quick. You guys are just zooming across this planet, but it is infuriated and agitated, and definitely it's in its natural habitat, but this is not how they normally act. And it's actually going to attempt to crash down on you, Aldris. And before it does, we'll cut back to Ryder and Nara. You guys can hear them announcing the race, and they're saying like, this guy's out and this guy's out and this guy's down. Oh, this person's taking a sudden lead, and they go ahead and mention that Georgiana's in this race, by the way, in case anyone was interested. Nice and loud and easy to see. While this is all being announced, Ryder and Nara, you guys doing anything?
I'm still trying to look for that mysterious prize, while also trying to keep an ear on the radio to hear if I can hear them say, like, if they see him or not.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm still going through the stuff the bots are giving me, I guess.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me crap one more time to kind of cut through that.
Okay.
Wonderful. All right, nice. Just snake eyes on that one. Big nothing, just +3. I like it.
Where would I think they might be keeping this prize?
You're not entirely sure. They're not being very vocal about it. You know it should be on this planet somewhere. You're just not really sure where they're keeping it. And as you're thinking about that, Nara, you've gotten back a pretty good amount of information. You've been able to cut through it a fairly good amount. And you do notice that while most people are interested in this race now that it's begun, your suspicious individuals are lessening. And you do notice that a few of them are amongst the guards here. And, unsurprising to you, you do know some of these folk from your past. But, all the same, they do get around, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
You then notice someone moving in a really odd pattern. Someone that was moving to, interestingly, the surface. Apparently there is a walkway to get up this massive column, and then outside, which would have been insanely dangerous initially. But you're looking around the inside, you don't really see a stair set or anything, so you're not entirely sure how they got up there. But you notice that they're headed up and out is basically all your little bots tell you, and then as of current, they are attempting to pursue without being too obvious. This is highly unorthodox, you notice.
Does she update me on the person that's doing that?
Yeah, I do. Actually, because I know that you're walking around, right?
Yeah.
You're doing...
If you tell me, I'm gonna head that way.
Yeah, like I send what the information that I've gathered and like the location and stuff, with a note that's like, you need help, let me know.
I say thanks, and then I'm gonna start making my way over there.
While he's doing that, I send a message to Georgiana, and I'm like, I don't want to lose any money. Just as a reminder.
You don't need to
FYI.
remind me, babe.
Okay, you're doing great. Love you. Gotta go. Signing off.
Love you too.
And I'm Nara out.
She's so weird.
All right, you guys are
I say that affectionately, by the way.
Yeah.
jetting across the surface of this planet, and Ryder, you're following this individual.
Yeah, how far am I from that bridge thing?
You're pretty far, actually. You're not really sure how they got up to begin with.
I want a grappling hook up there with
Okay.
my arm.
Sure. This will take you a little bit of time. Roll me athletics. Just trying
Do
to
I get a bonus because my arm?
No, but the difficulty goes down. It's just 2.
Oh, okay. Because one of my aspects is my Swiss Army knife arm.
Yes, but if you want to add to that, you need to use a fate point, which you can now if you want.
If I don't, do I just go up slower?
Well, multiple things can happen. Basically, we're trying to overcome something. So we're trying to get a 2. You can do one of 2 things. You can fail, or you can succeed at a great cost. Up to you.
So if I try grappling hook, you know, shooting my hand out, and I roll bad, then I'm probably just miss, or
Less than miss. So this doesn't apply to this system, but lots of different systems, especially going forward. I am not a fan of rolling and then just rolling again. I find that incredibly boring. So anytime you guys roll in anything that we play going forward, something will happen, whether it's good or bad. The fiction will always move forward. So, for example, if this misses, you won't just shoot your grappling hook and miss. You're going to shoot and either break the scaffolding, not break your arm, break the scaffolding and make a lot of noise, or you're going to hurt yourself, or something's going to happen, basically.
I'll just use my aspect.
Okay. All right, so that brings up to a 3. So you do indeed succeed. It maybe takes it's a little hairy there for a second. You catch on, but for some reason you're not sure if it's been like recently lubricated or something. But your hand slips. But you're then able to kind of like whip it, like you pull on the hand, and it quickly wraps itself like physically the rope.
They call me Inspector Gadget.
Exactly, and you inspect your gadget your way up there as you just caught yourself barely in time, and it'll take you a second to get up there, but you can probably grapple hook your way all the way up to the very top, which should theoretically be faster than however they got up there. You're not really sure how they did, but this should be theoretically quicker. And we'll cut back over to Aldris as this massive insectoid beast is looming over your machine. What do you do?
Is there any way to like speed up to just be faster than him and just avoid it completely?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, you can roll. Realistically, you can do anything. If you want to knock it away from you, you can do that. If you want to just be faster than it, you can definitely do that. I would say that would indeed be pilot, and you'll just roll against me, and then if you beat me, then you get to escape. Otherwise, I get a snack.
Tell Meek to power up the thrusters more.
All right, Meek begins to charge the thrusters as you boost forward. Roll me pilot. Juicy. Very juicy. All right. The creature, one of its mandibles scrapes against the outside of your mech, but you blast forward. And the 2 of you are beginning to get closer and closer to the folk that are up front. And as you guys get closer and closer, more of the meteor storms begin to hail down on you. And then over to your right and then your left, Georgiana, you see more of these guns going off, and then you notice someone is attempting to hail you.
Respond.
As you respond, it takes about a moment, and you're sort of waiting, and then they sort of kick in with, Georgiana, did not know you were entering this race.
Oh, last minute decision.
How wonderful to see you here. Do you remember, let's see, the last race on Neptus 5?
Was that the really pretty green planet?
It was pretty and green at one point, yes.
I do remember that race.
Yes,
I won it.
Do you remember burning half the planet down?
Oh, yeah. It did look kind of funny when I was done, wasn't it?
I'll have to tell my ancestors that's how you wish to respond when I let them know that our wonderful gardens have been ruined for all of eternity.
And I launch some grenades at him.
You're not really sure where he's coming from. You just sort of hear him, and there are multiple mechs and
All right, well then,
ships around you.
Can I track his location while he's Can I track the source of the signal while he's talking?
Oh yeah, definitely. And during this time, I'll just say is able to catch up to you as you guys are kind of neck and neck at this point, and you've actually located him. He's directly above you, Georgiana. And
oh, shoot up then.
Yeah, you notice he is indeed ready. So go ahead and roll your shoot. Alrighty, you blast upward and he goes to dodge, and you just barely like skim up against the outside of his ship, and he kind of barrel rolls out of the way, and then more of these beasts just sort of blast and shoot up out of the earth, and as they do, these like claws shoot out from his circular ship, and he starts just hurtling toward you, and you can tell he's attempting to latch onto you. What do you do?
Can I fire a blob of marshmallow at him?
Go for it. Sounds like you're rolling me more shoot.
Shoot.
Yep. Okay. All right. And he is just flying at you while he's just twirling, and he attempts to dodge. About half the goop sticks actually against one of the large insectoids that burst up out of the earth. But fortunately for you, he overcorrected and actually bounces off one of them, and ends up just flinging himself back into the trajectory of this goop and just sticks up against the side of one of these mounds. And you can sort of hear your connection with him just waiting, and he's like, God damn it!
And then cut the signal.
All right. You needed to take a moment to deal with this loser, but fortunately, the two of you are still just fine. More and more of the stones are hailing down from the sky, and I'll ask both of you to just roll me pilot. We need to beat a 2 to run into no complications. Whoever gets highest will scoot up 1.
Scoot up 1?
Yep.
One.
You guys are now neck and neck.
With a roll like that?
Indeed, with a roll like that. You won by 3. That's how it works. That's how it do, bro. Alrighty, no complications, and you scoot forward, Georgiana. You're noticing fewer and fewer folk are around the two of you as you guys blast forward. And Ryder, we'll cut back to you as you've actually reached the mouth of this large, long sand pipe. You begin to look around, and you actually faintly see a disturbance. Not a disturbance from the ships or from, well, the sky just kind of coming down. You look around and it is just hell. There is sound, explosions. You got bugs just losing their damn minds. There is so much going on, but it's mostly away from where you're currently located. It is incredibly dangerous to be out here. Borderline suicidal, one might say. You look about and you can actually see up ahead of you, Ryder, there is someone in a suit that is sort of skittering down the side of this thing. And also, it doesn't need to be said, but your suit has, of course, activated because there's no oxygen down here.
I too follow the skidding down.
Okay. Are you attempting to be speedy or stealthy?
Stealthy.
Okay. Go ahead and roll that
But
for me.
at a fast pace.
Basically, no matter which one you will do, if you succeed, you will succeed. It's basically just which one do you want to roll. So go for stealth then. Then I'll roll against you with notice.
You said stealth or what?
Basically, stealth or athletics. It is your choice. Athletics is okay. And we're going to see how far he is ahead of you. All right. That is unfortunate for you. I'm going to go ahead and use one of my fate points to reroll that. All right, nice and even.
That was worth it.
He's more preoccupied with staying ahead than noticing where you are. So fortunately for you, Ryder, you're actually able to quickly zoom down this thing. He is booking it though. You're not really sure what he's using. Maybe there's something special on his shoes that maybe you wish you had, and maybe soon you will. As he is just quickly zooming down the side of this. You're able to keep pace with him though, fortunately. And as you get closer and closer, he doesn't really seem to notice you. What do you do? You're a good like 50 to 100 feet away.
I mean, I want to get closer to him, but like, you know, kind of like dun dun at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to get like eyes on who it is.
Okay. So
I have my inklings though.
definitely. I will say in general with this roll, once you've succeeded it, that's basically it. You've succeeded it. I'm not going to ask for like multiple athletic or stealth rolls in a row because that's boring. Mainly because I want something to happen. But as you get closer and closer, you've seen Duke Lancaster. He tends to obviously dress differently for the job. You can't think of anyone else who this would be. You notice that he has the materials, he has the skill, he has the balls to be out here. This could be someone else. Judging by his size, it's definitely not Chadley.
How close am I now?
About 50 feet or so, and both of you were kind of zooming down the side of this. Essentially,
we're still going down it.
Effectively, it's really tall. Yeah, it's like I want to say like 1,000 feet tall, so it's gonna take some time. I'll put it this way: until you do something different, you guys are going to be basically equidistant from each other. Whether you choose to engage, whether you say you like become reckless and like jump at him and try to catch up, or stealth, basically whatever you choose to do to change the.
I'm gonna jump off this like side and like do like the where you do the body thing to the side to make you go faster when you're falling.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna do that.
Okay. And
then do my rocket boots to stop me, and I'm gonna try to do that to get underneath him.
To try to get ahead of him, or
yeah, like I like virtually I'm doing like a backflip off the thing, and then like skydiving down like fast, and then like using my rocket boots to stop my momentum to like latch back onto the wall.
Okay. I'll say for this one specifically, this will be a contested athletics roll again. So just roll your athletics. I'll roll mine. Obviously, by the time you get this close, he's going to notice you, senpai. All right. If you wish to augment this in any, well, let's say re-rolling would be rough because you actually rolled not great, but not horrible. Failing this isn't the worst thing. It is definitely up to you though. You can
I'm
succeed.
fine. I feel like I need it. I might need it while I fight.
Yeah, because you're only gonna have 2 fate points. You can succeed at a cost. Otherwise, you're basically just going to reveal yourself to him.
I'm fine with revealing. I'm gonna reveal myself anyways.
Okay.
The whole, me flipping around doing that thing, I was revealing myself anyway. So
True. You jump and you attempt to get ahead of him, but he, with a quick boost of speed, you misjudge your jump and misjudge how quick he decided to just kind of lift off. But on top of that, unfortunately, your trajectory is sort of shot astray as your ankle is hit by not a huge meteor, but one big enough to throw you off course, and you kind of careen off to the right. You're still the same distance away from him, and you feel as if he might be aware of where you are because he kind of dives behind a rock as you're kind of getting up from this quick fumble, and you can tell he is aiming at you, and he's got you in his sights. Just beyond him, though, you do see what seems to be a small building, most likely his destination. And we're going to go ahead and cut back over to Aldous and Georgiana, but first I'll ask Nara, what are you doing?
I mean, if I haven't been contacted, by Ryder, I guess I'd keep a...
I'm gonna send her an update, like a pin location of where that building is that I think he's going.
Do you want me to come there too, or just keep
Yeah,
an
I'll
eye
be
out?
like, I'll send like, cause I'm falling, so like I can't do it fast, but so it's like written like kind of shitty, but it's like get over here ASAP and then location.
All right, bolt.
How are you getting there, Nara? This will take you a hot second. Are you going on foot, or
Do you think he's on foot, right?
he's on foot, but he has a jetpack and he has very good athletics to get down there quickly.
I mean, I only have my mech, but that's not a big enough space, right?
Wait, is
Oh,
Gigi in the
it definitely
Kabuto?
is.
Is Gigi in the Kabuto?
No, she's racing.
No,
Mac.
Yeah, she's
She's
in the
racing.
Mac.
her
Use
Mac.
the Kabuto.
Yeah, so for reference, Nara, the Kabuto could fit through the whole of this tube. So your mech could easily
Oh.
fit.
Oh. Well then, I guess I'll go with my mech.
Okay. You quickly mount up in your mech, and no one seems to really give you any chaff or anything. In fact, Nara, you actually see some people cheering you on, almost as if you're ballsy enough to think you can win this race. They're not really sure what you're doing, but you hear cheering as you hop in your mech and boost off to go help Ryder. And it only takes you truly a second or two to shoot your way up and out. I will ask you for a pilot roll, though, and you'll need to beat a 2 to get out of this safely. Safely and quickly. Excellent. All right, you blast upward and outward, and without any issue, you shoot out free of the tube. The sand tube. And you look down it, and you do indeed see Ryder. And just across from him, your sensors show you his position and the position of this other individual, dressed in what seemed to initially be black clothing, but it is adjusting and shifting to his surroundings. And he has a weapon aimed on Ryder. And now we will cut back to Aldous and Georgiana. As the two of you fly forward, you actually see a very large red and orange ring, seemingly to be made of what looks like fire, floating up ahead of you guys, maybe a mile up ahead.
I'm
Sorry, it's a
assuming.
what?
It's a giant red and orange ring of fire.
Oh, that style points time.
Yeah, I'm assuming it's a target.
Most likely, as you guys look up ahead, you see 1 or 2 ships fly through it. And as they do, the fire changes color and begins to sort of vibrate and turn around it. You can almost see the flames dancing.
Oh, is that the checkpoint?
That would make sense.
All right. I zoom over.
All right, Georgiana and Aldous, go ahead and make me a pilot roll as you guys jet forth and attempt to avoid any bullshit that's around you. Ooh, you see. All right, forward we go, but Aldous is one ahead. And you guys shoot through this one at a time. As you guys get closer, you notice it started to actually sort of pulsate and turn a bit. Fortunately, you two rolled high enough with your pilot skill, and each of you dashed through it one at a time, as it actually kind of shrunk a bit as you got closer. A dirty trick, but not dirty enough. The two of you blast forward and blast forward and blast forward, and once again, unsurprising to anyone, Georgiana, you are hailed again.
All right. I answer.
And as you answer, you just hear screaming in another language, just like...
Locate the source.
You begin to kind of look around as Angry is attempting to communicate with you, and you're like, maybe are you like flipping through your like auto translates, like, why isn't this working?
Yeah.
And you fairly quickly locate the source. Liam is attempting to help you out, and you notice that he is up ahead of you, but slower. Up ahead of you to your right.
A little bit to my right.
Mm-hmm. And as you sense him, a giant bug bursts forth to eat him, and he seems to be consumed by it until the bug begins to glow green, shakes, vibrates, and just explodes, and guts fly everywhere as this large green scythe form from this mech as it kind of spins it and breaks it off into 2. And then you just hear more.
I'll whip out my own green sword.
Okay. Do you choose to meet him in combat?
I do.
All right, sounds like we're rolling some of that pilot.
Do I see this shit happening?
You do see this shit happening. Are you attempting to assist or do anything anyway? It is. You see him first, Aldous, because you're up ahead, and you can hear Georgiana like boosting from behind you. You can tell she's definitely going to engage this guy.
Well, I would enchant her little sword. Have a little bit more magic to it. More damage, maybe.
Sure. Go ahead and roll your lore. We're just trying to beat a 2.
What? 1 second.
I believe in you.
I'm blind. There it is.
Excellent. Alrighty. So this will give you a quick booster, John, if you want to give yourself a +2. And then, of course, you can re-roll or throw a fate point at that to bring yourself to a 5. Up to you.
And then I zoom away.
Go ahead and do a fate point.
Okay. Alrighty. Brandishing your weapon, you meet him in combat. You think you're going to slip for just a moment, but Aldris's magic bolsters you and pushes you forward. And you meet this angry creature. And as you get close, you notice that his mech is basically a giant shark head with like little arms and like little legs. And the arms are wielding these two, basically they kind of look like sides from a distance, but they're very fish hooky now up close. And he tried to kind of catch your blade with one and then hook around and like cut you in half, but you like sort of spun and moved out of the way, so the second blade misses. Unfortunately, you are now stuck in melee combat with this fool. He is zooming like around you and trying to still kind of race and shoot forward as he kind of kicks off you, but you're falling behind ever so slightly now that you're engaged with this combatant. What do you do? There's still worms and rocks and shit going on everywhere. It's nasty.
Are there any worms nearby?
You bet your ass. They're everywhere. They're freaking the hell out.
All right, can I shoot a blinding light at the pilot's camera, windshield, whatever?
Sure, yeah, definitely.
Preferably nearby a worm so that he gets nommed on.
Yeah, go for it.
That's vanilla, by the way.
All right. So you fire if your vanilla blinding blast, my favorite ice cream flavor.
Gross.
Ah, yet.
I know, right? Not exactly the most popular, but it's my favorite.
Hey, McDonald's soft serve is really good.
Hell
That's
yeah.
not your well, McDonald's ice cream is very good. Your favorite's mint. What are you talking about?
I know I'm lying. You caught me.
Mint chocolate chip.
How dare you lie to us?
How dare you lie to us? Your faithful viewers are listening.
I know, right? Light emanates from this location as he sort of kind of tries to and he swings his weapon. That's not entirely sure where it's coming from. I'm gonna go ahead.
I'm gonna zoom ahead after shooting, by the way.
Okay. I'm going to roll against myself. How's that sound? I'll give him a 3, and I'll give the worm a 4. Okay. Judging by that blast, that brings the worm up to a 7. So in his blindness, he does swing out, and he actually nicks and takes a fair chunk out of one of these creatures' legs. And it screams out in fury, and its tail lashes upward and just kind of slaps him out of the sky as he bounces off one of the side hives. And then that explodes forth, and then just these multiple mandibles and claws just sort of latch around his sharkiness as he starts twirling them and spinning them in place, cutting off arms and heads and legs. And there's just bug guts flying everywhere, but there are far too many as they tear off one of his arms, tear off the other. And Georgiana, as you fly ahead with Aldris, you hear just here.
Nice.
All right, both of you roll me pilot one more time to see who's in the lead.
Georgiana.
Swear to God, Aldris.
Georgiana.
Aldris wasn't being bothered by people attacking him.
Can I use one of Nara's buffs
You
to
can.
boost myself a little head?
All right. Aldris, you think for a moment, where is Georgiana? As you just hear her kind of like, and just boost up behind you. And she's not neck and neck with you, but she is close. She's definitely closing in. And
We've got 2 bursts of that, right?
yeah, you got one left.
Okay.
And you guys can tell just up ahead is going to be the end, but they probably have more fun things planned for you. We'll cut back to...
Oh, please help. I want to use this. I want to use this. This is what it's made for.
Yes, it is. We'll cut back to the wonderful Nara and Ryder. All right, Nara, since you jumped onto the scene first, you see an individual aiming a weapon at Ryder. What do you do?
Can I take a shot at him?
Of course. Go for it. Shooty,
Meh.
shooty.
my zero shoot.
All right,
Let
then.
me re-roll that.
Rip.
Can I re-roll it with a fate point?
You definitely can, but with 0, you're attempting to attack him. Beating 4 would be literally impossible. Because if you rolled all pluses, you just tie him. And if you miss an attack, all that happens is nothing. So there's no downside.
All right.
You do open fire.
Should I distract him?
Yeah, if anything, you distract him. He's about to fire at Ryder. You actually force him to flip out of the way as your weapon takes massive chunks out of the side of this planet on which he was positioned. And he kind of sees, he looks at Ryder and looks behind him, looks to you, Nar, and realizes this ain't worth it. So he starts to run towards the building instead. Ryder, you're able to right yourself again. The ground is still shifting and shaking. It's very difficult to gain your footing. What do you do?
Real quick, I thought of how me and Duke ran into each other in the past.
Okay.
We were playing a poker game and he cheated and he won.
How dare.
Son of a gun.
And I know he cheated. I saw a card fall out of his thing when he walked away from the table, claiming all his goods. And I hold a grudge against him ever since.
Do you have that card?
Yes.
All right, excellent.
You remember this?
All right, so I guess I'm gonna try to land and run after him.
Okay. You begin booking it after him, and we'll just go ahead and say that is a contested athletics.
So just roll another athletics.
Yeah, just roll athletics. See who gets there first. I got a 3. Okay. We're not really trying to. So this is literally just who is in the lead. He is able to gain his footing much easier than you for whatever reason, as he rushes forward, and you actually see him get to this building before you are able to do so.
How far is he from me?
He's like maybe 50 feet at this point.
50?
Yeah.
I'm gonna yell out, Duke!
All right, unfortunately, it is way too loud, and you are in space, so he hears nothing.
Oh yeah, I forgot you said we're outside.
Yeah.
Never mind.
You still shout, and you're like, I was really loud in my helmet.
Okay, well, I guess I'm gonna try to catch up to him.
All right, you attempt to catch up. Nara, what are you doing in the meantime? You see he's entered the building, and from your vantage point, they're not necessarily windows, they're like rafters on the side. You see a red and a green glow, just like a quick from the inside.
And I guess I mean, so he's going inside the building?
He's already inside the building, yeah. It seems like, it looks like a very small, if you want to imagine the Hobbit houses, basically that. It's like built into the side of the hill.
So I
Somewhat
cannot
conspicuous.
get in there with my mech.
It's human size, definitely. It's meant to be hidden.
Alright, well, I guess I'll get out of my mech
Okay.
and follow it.
Sure. You land near this this building and get out just in time for Ryder to catch up to you, and the two of you are side by side, presented with this building up ahead. The door is somewhat cracked open. He didn't really attempt to close it on his way in.
He attempts to close it.
No, he did not attempt to. It's still open.
Okay, well, I run in.
Okay. You follow, I assume, Ryder?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, he does. As you rush in, you see what is seemingly a small dirt bunker. This was definitely meant to be off to the side, not really seen. If anything, there was some form of stealth surrounding it, but it's no longer active. Nara, you actually see this over to the right, confirm your suspicions. There's somewhat of a console, and it looks like it was shot. But prior to that, it looks like someone might have like messed with it, because it's not just the physical damage to the machine. The monitors are displaying just random numbers and some sort of odd malfunction.
Is there any way I can retrieve information from that?
You definitely can if you wish, but you guys look up ahead, and there is a hallway that has been carved out of this hill, which leads down forward, and you can tell that the hallway turns to the right, then turns to the left.
Yeah, and
definitely
I
went
don't
that
see
way.
him anymore, right?
Nope, you're very certain he went down there.
All right, I'm gonna run down and go to the right.
Okay, you rush in and go to the right. Nara, are you staying behind or are you?
I feel weird leaving him on his own, so
Okay.
I guess I'll follow.
I will say, Nara, this is definitely really interesting. You do feel the urge to tinker with it, and if you do, you gain a fate point. If you refuse it, you just lose a fate point. It's up to you.
How interesting does it look?
It looks pretty damn interesting.
Well, Ryder's a better shot than me anyway. I couldn't really do much. Might as well get all the information I can, right?
Okay, yeah, might as well.
Totally. Okay.
All right,
Nervous laughter.
you move on over there, Nara. I'll ask you for a burglary roll. You're basically trying to hack this hack.
All right. Burglary roll.
Okay. As you begin to tippy type away, initially you are rejected, and then rejected, and then rejected. Whatever
I
jumped,
don't like that.
whatever jumped into here is attempting to stop you, but you're not going to stop. You realize that this individual most likely hacked this thing from a distance, and then shot it to, keep it shut up. But fortunately for you, he missed in completely destroying it. Upon closer inspection, you see he actually fired 3 times, but one of them missed, interestingly, which leaves you alone with this.
So I cannot trace it back to whoever was in there?
Not initially, but given time, which you have now, you are actually able to find something. He was attempting to shut the computer off entirely, but did. And from what you can tell, Nara, he was able to effectively hack and override this thing from a distance, and some of his remaining code is actually embedded enough that you can fairly easily take it out. And not only that, but
Recreate it,
and also the remaining information for the stealth program they use, essentially on this little hovel, is also there. So both of these are available to you.
I take them.
All right, excellent. This will take you a little bit of time to fully gather, of course, but
At this point, I am deep in it.
we're
I've
committed.
completely forgotten that Ryder exists.
This is way more interesting.
Perfect.
Alrighty, Ryder,
We're such
as
a
you
good team.
Right to character.
as you turn the corner, the hallway continues and continues, and ends up at the end to a door. And you see this door is actually closed. And then across from this door, you see another door.
Is it also closed?
They're both closed, yes. So basically, do you choose the door that essentially, let me, wait, I don't think I can draw shit, can I? No, why does it do that? I'll draw it really quick. So essentially what it looks like is, here was the hallway, just to make sure I'm clear. And then it went left and right, like that. And then it went forward like this, and then forward like this, and then like this. And then, see this blank area in the middle here? There's a door right here there's a door right here that basically leads into this blank area, the room there, and there's a door here that leads outward going further. So basically, do you want to take the north door or the south door?
South.
Okay, so you want to take the one that basically leads back, not into the facility necessarily, but yeah. Essentially in there. Okay, cool. You crack the door, and as you do, you both hear and feel the air crackle with plasma behind you. And we'll cut back to Aldris and Georgiana. As you two are rushing...
Crackle with plasma?
Indeed. And as the two of you are rushing forward, you know the end of this race is in sight. You see very, very few racers up ahead of you. There is one very sleek-looking ship that is just focused on... You see it just zipping and zipping and zipping between various stones falling from the sky and beasts jumping upward. You actually see something trying to consume it, and this very needle-like ship just cuts through it like a blade, and the creature turns and tumbles and twitches dead to the floor as you two attempt to catch up. and you guys begin to notice that the area around you isn't necessarily collapsing, it's just getting tighter and tighter and tighter, but you know this is the right direction because up ahead you see another flame, this one being blue and just as small as the other. It is also turning slowly and sort of twisting almost into an infinity symbol, then almost untwisting itself. The blue flames crackle and lick with a hint of green as you all get closer and closer. You can tell that this is indeed the finish line. Before you guys are able to get too close to it, though, you actually notice that you're no longer being assaulted by meteors from above. And that is because the ceiling is protecting you. You guys are actually inside, effectively, one of these bug hovels now, as you jet forward. And more bugs begin just burrowing and jumping out of the walls and the ceiling and everything. First, I'll ask the two of you to make a pilot roll to see who's in the lead, and then we're going to make an overcome roll after that. See who survives. All right, pilot and pilot. So basically, whoop, she'll just jump up ahead like that. All right, so we're zooming up on ahead, and you guys can hear various ships behind you. They're firing at you. They're firing at the creatures and whatnot. Aldris, I'll say take 2 shifts of damage. Unfortunately, you do get kind of pegged by one of these on your way out, attempting to finish this race. And just up ahead, Georgiana and Aldris, you actually see someone that's ahead of this needle, and they fly through the fire. And it kind of and begins to gyrate, and you think the celebration is ready to begin because the winner is going to be announced, but instead this invisible net seems to have caught this ship that maybe didn't hit the checkpoint, and this net catches and pulls and like a fish, well, caught in a net, and the rim of the net being this fire ring, it just kind of with an elastic force pulls him forward and forward and forward and forward until it just lets him go, and he gets just jettisoned back towards you guys, and you dodge to the right, Georgiana, you dive to the left, Aldris, as you see the ship just come careening, just flying by you guys, and it just slams into one of the walls next to you, just explodes, and you can tell that whatever.
Pause. He
Yes.
said slams into a wall, by the way.
Yeah.
You cut out that phrase.
Oh,
Yeah.
You slammed into a wall. It slams into a wall, and just you can tell that there was like a almost like fire net like lines on it that just like burned into the hull of this thing. Just slams it against the wall, and it just erupts. And just up ahead, the meteors still coming down, causing stone and rubble to fall at you guys from above. This needle ship is attempting to finish before you, and I'll ask each of you, what do you wish to do to finish this race and show your victory?
Well, I want to use my last Nara boost.
Okay, we'll use that with a roll.
Can Barnstormer apply here?
Definitely. What's it do exactly?
It lets me squeeze my mech where it has no business fitting.
Yeah.
That is wonderful phrasing. Well, yes, it is getting pretty shitty. Are either of you attempting to stop this individual, or are you guys just gonna outrace him and outpace him?
Oh, do I have anything that will work?
I can magic him.
I mean, I suppose I could shoot a bomb at him.
Yeah, you guys can do whatever you want, and I'll roll to resist it. And depending on how that outcome, I'll ask for basically one more roll on what you guys want to do, and then that'll be the end.
Yes.
Okay. What are you attacking? Or are you trying to debuff him so all just gonna attack?
I'm thinking my root beer float.
Okay. To do what?
I want to do a bomb version, so it'll stick to him and
Okay.
then soak him in a flame.
Sure.
What's the word? Flammable liquid.
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead and roll me shoot, and then I'll roll to dodge it, and then this is going to be a good old create an advantage roll. That is juicy as a mother. Yeah, it is. Oh god, good thing you rolled a 6. Holy shit. Alrighty. You fire off this basically like foam, but flammable foam. And he attempts to kind of whirl and move off to the right. And unfortunately for you, the surface area is just so little that you think you're going to miss. But you adjust your aim at the last second. You're actually able to basically completely cover him in this flammable foam. And he kind of slows down a bit, possibly trying to like get it off. Maybe it's interrupted with his sensors. And Aldris, what do you do? I guess, sorry, for game reference, he does have a debuff on.
Yeah, but do I know that's flammable? Is the real question.
Yes.
'Cause I was originally gonna like freeze him.
Yes.
All right, well then I gotta go with a good old fireball.
Okay. Roll me a
try and blow him up, you know?
shooty, my friend.
You know, I've been trying to think what to use my Reaper float sucker on forever.
There you go. Alrighty, and with that free boost, that brings you up to a 6. So with 4 quick shifts of damage, fortunately for you, wasn't a very tanky individual. And what exactly do you fire at, Aldris?
Just a giant like laser of red hot fire.
Oh, beautiful. Red hot fire. It strikes the side of his ship, and he just kind of starts craning off to the right, but he is not giving up. He very much wants to finish this race. And seemingly the three of you are neck and neck. We will make a final roll. See who claims victory. This will be pilot. So Georgiana, Aldris, as we near the finish line.
Oh, Nara's boost.
Mm-hmm. We got that Barnstormer.
And yeah, Barnstormer.
Mm-hmm.
Does the Barnstormer typically add something?
I believe if you roll it, yes, it does. I think it adds plus. It didn't, but that was a better roll. No, it doesn't seem to add anything. But basically, if I say this is impossible to get through, you can use Barnstormer and say no, it's not. Effect.
Well, basically, he can't get in my way now.
Yes. Aldris, pilot.
I don't know. Can I even beat that? I don't think I can.
Well, 4 is what you rolled. The first one.
Does my
No,
hard to
it
shake count here?
Does what count?
My hard to shake stunt.
Your is this a chase scene? Yeah, sure.
yeah,
Nice.
I think that counts.
Yeah.
Also, my score is 6 with Nara's thing, right?
Yeah. It's 6 with Nara's. Yeah, so your total score with that boost is 6. Versus 5 versus my 4. Okay, wow, that's a wonderful order. All right, as you guys burst forward, Georgiana, you instantly take the lead past this individual, taking the risky route and squeezing between just the absolute tightest of corners and crevices and whatnot. Anyone else this would have crushed and destroyed, but with your excellent maneuvering, you actually see Liam get worried for just a moment.
Meanwhile, I'm doing it. Woo!
Yeah, you are just flying through this with just wonderful expertise, and Aldris is right behind you. Very, very risky, just taking all the same turns. You are perfectly keeping pace with you. This other individual is just kind of slowing down. You guys can tell whatever you did to him indeed impacted his driving skills, unsurprisingly. And Georgiana.
Have I ever raced with Aldris before?
I would assume so.
Probably.
All right. I'm impressed if not.
Within half a second of each other, you both shoot through the flaming circle, and you kind of brace, wondering, like, what at the checkpoint for like just half a moment, waiting for this net to catch you, but it doesn't. There's somewhat of a film, almost like a check, as your mech pauses for just a moment, but then breaks through and continues forward into a large metal spherical shaped room, where you see a large glass window looking down upon you. The needle-like ship more crashes than lands behind you, as you actually hear the entrance slam shut. This metal ship barely made it, and you guys hear a muffled explosion as something definitely hit that on the outside.
Oh dear.
But the three of you seem to be safe, and you can see very easily through this glass window mirror. There's many individuals watching you, drinking, eating, partying. They're all, you see some of them celebrating, some of them are screaming, someone gets punched in the face. Very clearly there is a gambling going on here. As you guys dismount from your mechs and kind of, get ready and whatnot, we'll cut back to Ryder, who currently has a gun pointed at his back.
That was the plasma noise?
That was the plasma noise, a weapon being charged. What do you do in response to this?
For that,
Hmm?
check your messages. I have token for Duke.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright.
Alright, so you said I have thing pointed at my face?
At your
Or
back.
Back of my head?
Yes. How do you respond?
I'm gonna be like, well, if it isn't Duke Lancaster.
You hear a very, very light chuckling behind you. And you just hear him go,
Aren't you curious how I found you?
honestly, not really. Nice attempt, though.
Nice attempt. I mean, clearly, I got you right where I want you, Duke.
And how's that?
Well, I found you, first off. Second off, I'm gonna like slowly turn around and like look at him.
Okay. He's holding a rifle to you.
No, I know.
And?
All right, I was I was trying to figure out a word. Also, I think you forgot something.
His helmet sort of clears, and you can see his face, and he raises an eyebrow. Doesn't say anything. Just looking at you.
Out of my my metal hand, I shoot up the card that he cheated with.
Mm.
I'm like catch it in my finger. I'm like, this, you fucking cheating dirtbag, and I'm like chuck it at him.
Okay. You go to throw that, and go ahead and make me an athletics roll. We're trying to beat a 3 because he's going to just jump back and instantly fire at you.
That's not nice.
Looks pretty nice to me. All right. You jump back, Ryder, and you're able to basically flip and move out of the way very quickly. And his just they are aimed well, but you move just with swift justice out of the way of this. And he quickly takes cover, and he goes, "Quick on your feet than I was expecting."
Oh, well, what were? How are you not expecting that? You know who I am, do you not?
I didn't expect you to go down like a chump, but you hear him charging the rifle again. Guess this will be somewhat challenging for me.
Well, you know, not only am I gonna finish what I came here to start, but I'm also gonna take some money from you because you cheated me in poker, boy.
I say don't count if you don't get caught, but I guess you saw.
Well, clearly, I got
Kinda
quick eyes.
Can't exactly let you live, unfortunately, kid.
Well, you know that's not gonna happen if you know my reputation, Duke.
And as you say that, you hear a tink, 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 tink as a metal ball is like slowly rolling into the room that you're in. What do you do?
Uh-oh. I'm gonna kick it back at him.
Okay, roll me athletics again. Got to beat a 3 again. Okay. You are able to quickly react and kick this metal ball back to him, but you notice that he's actually already closed the door to the room he's in, and the ball bounces off the door and then like kind of rolls down the hallway. Nara, you hear just a pop, and Ryder, you don't get hit by any of these, fortunately, because you're kind of moved off to the side. But whatever was in this thing is just bouncing off the walls, and after it clears, you can sort of see around the corner the wall's just peppered with these like spikes.
So he was in the room behind me?
You guys are basically in rooms facing each other.
Okay.
and you can sort of see him in the little porthole glass, and he taps his helmet, and you can tell he's hailing you.
I'll answer it.
Quick on your feet. Didn't like my present.
You like repeating yourself, don't you, Duke?
What are we doing, boy? You trying to kill me, or we just here to talk?
So, my client says you stole something from him.
Might have.
I'm here to retrieve it.
That still thinks from a lot of people.
He's sort of looking at you. Do you have any weapons around or anything?
Oh, I have my pistol out.
Okay. You're not pointing at them, right? You're just talking to him?
Yes.
Yes to which one?
I'm holding it like Han Solo
Which means?
by my hip.
Okay. And you can see that, and he's behind a door, so he has ample cover, and he's sort of looking at you.
Actually, no, I have it on my holster. I'm just holding my hand on my gun.
Sure. And he responds with, "You prospecting a trade? What exactly?"
Well, I know you're here for something.
Correct.
Clearly the prize of the race. And I'm here to collect what my client got stolen from him.
Mm-hmm.
So, you give me what you stole from him, and you can have the thing from the race jet-free without me bringing you in.
So if I return what I allegedly stole, you just leave? You and your friend back there? Sure, I'll take a while to respond to that question.
Ryder?
Yes. Well, I don't know what my friend is doing, but I'll let you leave.
This is true. Okay. He actually thinks to himself for a moment. Well, I could say I don't know you well, Ryder, but I do know you a little. Some say you're a little too bloodthirsty for heads. How can I trust you're not gonna change your mind when I hand over the merchandise?
And how do I know you're not going to change your mind, Mr. quote-unquote best thief in the galaxy? Not just going to jip me off.
Fair enough, fair enough. Both lies and cheats. We have established that fact.
Or,
Oh, okay.
or we can settle this right now. Cut the bullshit. And we can bring it down to a simple, good old-fashioned sword fight. Mano-y-mano.
I'm not too entirely keen on that. If both of us can leave with, well, he nods to your arm, most of our limbs intact. But, well, he's kind of thinking for a moment. If you leave, I can give you the item. I'm less interested in this than I am what's back here. Decide soon, though. They're going to be coming here soon for both of us. Neither of us is supposed to be back here.
I mean, clearly I work here.
Oh, no, no, no. I don't think you understand what I mean by they.
Listen here, Duke. Not only am I assigned to take what you've stolen back, but I'm also assigned to bring you in. You have a very large bounty on your head.
I do, and interestingly enough, so does your crew.
Cute.
I know who you
We're
rub
bounty
elbows with.
hunters. We don't have bounties.
You do. Under certain circles, someone wants the four of you dead.
Listen.
Well, I'm sorry, is that 5 now?
No, 4.
Then I believe you have a stray.
Well, I'll worry about the stray later. But in this situation, Senor Lancaster, it doesn't seem like you're in the biggest position to negotiate.
You want the item, Ryder? I'll give it to you. You just say the word, turn your back. I say Saints honor, but I don't know if either of us got many much of that.
You know, I'm really down on money right now, and I also like keeping my notorious record of being the best bounty hunter in the galaxy. And if I let you go, then I wouldn't be the best now, would I?
You can always try again later.
True, but I do like collecting my bounties. Duke.
He shifts in stance. I'm taking that as a no then on the live and let live.
I'm gonna say I owe you for some cheating cards, Duke.
Okay. He nods down to your pistol and then looks to your saber and says, "Swords it is then?"
Swords it is.
Fair enough. He kicks the door open, draws his blade, and charges you. Because this is a one-on-one fight, of course, Nara, you can technically jump in if you wish. Because you decided to escalate this rider, I'll give you a fate point, because you definitely could have gotten through that without a fight, but you pushed the duel, so I'll give you a fate point for that. You're still hacking away, Nara. If you want to help, you're technically more than welcome to, but I will leave this up to you.
I mean, do I have the information that I need?
That
I want?
You will in a moment, definitely. Their conversation did take a heartbeat.
So the second it's done, I'll fly over to Ryder and see his duel.
Okay.
And I guess if he wants me to fight, he'll give me a sign.
Okay. I'll say they'll get through 1 or 2 rounds of this before you know he might need help. You did hear an explosion kind of pop off, but you didn't hear anyone scream. So you're like, Matt, they're fine.
Well, I'm like, my eyes are going between where the sound was coming from and the computer that I'm hacking into, like
Yes,
back and forth.
But the computer's so much more
nervously.
interesting.
Yeah.
Alrighty, we haven't done this yet, so we'll try to make this relatively quick. Ryder, this is just going to be a one-on-one duel between you and the Duke.
Out of character question.
Yes.
Do I have to bring him in dead, or can he be alive?
He was requested to be brought back in alive.
Well, by Teve, but I
Yes.
mean on the bounty thing.
Everyone will pay a different amount. Specifically, Teve would like him alive. He said he'll give you more money if he's alive because he can extract what he needs if he's still breathing.
Got it. That just makes my plan a little bit different, but it's okay.
I say that is entirely up to you. It's just basically a different.
Well, he rushes at me, so as he does that, I pull out my lightsaber sword thing.
Basically, we're just going to go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth with various rolls. He is going to open. Oh man, this is kind of annoying to keep track of because I can't make aspects. Okay. Shit. I'll just write them down. All right, so essentially what is going to happen with this is he is going to open with a create an advantage. So he's going to charge at you and attempt to put you off balance. So he's rolling at you with a fight. You can choose to dodge this with either fight or athletics or something else. It's up to you. If this is not damage, this is a create an advantage. Okay. So he'll create a boost on himself. I'll say because boost 1 and you have sorry, I keep track of somewhere else. All right. He charges at you, attempting to kind of knock you off balance. While he doesn't do so, he is definitely gaining the upper hand. What do you do, Ryder?
We're in the hallway, right?
Yeah.
I'm a side step, and I'm gonna try to do like a swinging combo at him.
Okay. Ooh, spicy. Okay. Which no longer exists. And Weird. Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out what the hell's going on with the character sheet. Okay. As you dive in to strike him, he attempts to take the blow, but is unable to do so, and you sort of scratch up against the side of his arm. He tries to parry, but he kind of misses. And then he will move in to attempt to strike you now. I see.
Bad.
Okay, he's actually going to use his boost for this as well, which will bring that up to an 8. You want to use any of your... So this one's raw damage. If you want to use any of your fate points to attempt to knock that down. Okay. All right, that brings you up to a 5. So that is 3 shifts of damage you'll take.
Okay.
Okay. He doesn't stick you anywhere too lethal, but all the same, he does draw blood. How do you respond?
Oh, you've gotten better with the sword, haven't you?
He sort of smirks at that.
And I'm gonna swing back at him.
Okay. Ooh, very nice. Okay. You're able to sort of get at him again. He'll take 1 shift of damage as you begin to sort of push him back a bit. He's attempting to parry, but unfortunately he's unable to actually catch your sword, and you keep nicking him as you're moving in. All right, he'll attempt to dive in at you again. He's gonna try to knock you off balance and sweep your legs out from under you. Okay. And with that, he's going to create the aspect on you of off balance. Okay.
Oh, hold on.
Oh, yep.
Don't I get a +2 on that as well?
For which part?
Honorable fight. When you're on a one-on-one duel, you get +2 to your fight roll.
So I will ask you, do you want that to be on the offense or on the defense? I would assume offense for your character.
It's offense.
You want it for offense?
Yeah.
Okay, so then it would work there.
Okay.
So yeah, you're not knocked to the floor, but he's starting to kind of push you back as he is gaining the advantage and pushing you back forward. Backwards. Okay, what do you do?
I'm gonna try swinging at him again.
Okay, for just damage. Okay, he's gonna attempt to stop you, and then since you're attacking and you are one-on-one, that brings you up to a 4. But with his defense, he does beat you by 1, which means he'll completely ignore the damage there.
If I add 2 to that,
you can, but he's going to as well. Actually, he's gonna use one of his defensive points there, and not only does he beat you, but he quickly whips his blade at you in a riposte, and he actually strikes you for 2 shifts of harm.
well,
Fortunately, he hasn't struck anything major. You can just take physical stress on that one. You're slightly off balance as he's still trying to push the advantage. There we go. So you're off balance. He's also going to try to, let's see. He's not gonna try to disarm you, but he's gonna try to like slow your momentum. So he's not attacking. He's going for another create advantage. And that does barely succeed, but that will be a second one.
I can't use my fate point to...
You can, and that will completely stop it. You are out of fate points, but that one is completely stopped, and you can respond.
What does he just attack?
Ooh, very spicy. Nice,
So
okay.
7.
Mm-hmm. All right, so that one should be 3 shifts of damage, which he'll go ahead and take in his physical stress. So he hasn't taken any consequences just yet, but you filled up most of his tracks. As you start to kind of push him back, he blocks, and parries, and you can tell that you're slowly getting through his defenses. Seeing that you're off balance, he's going to try and take the advantage now, and he's actually going to attack you. Ooh, not the best. This is technically a 5 with his with his free invoke to off balance. So he'll go ahead and he'll go ahead and take that, which should just be 1 shift advantage on you. Alrighty, your turn.
Fuck.
Ooh, not the best. Okay, who's got it? All right, with the defense, he's going to get a boot. I believe when you win, when you attack and fail, you just do no damage. Okay, never mind. He isn't going to do that. All right, then again, try to
You
push.
said he had like he's invoking something, but I don't see anything on the.
I'm typing it off screen. It's broken in here, but it's currently not there. So you currently have off balance on you, but the free invoke is gone. So you just have the aspect off balance. So he'd have to use a fate point to actually jump into that. So he defended there, nothing happens. He just blocks the damage fully, and he's going to attempt to sort of turn the blade, and it's actually going to grow like an extra notch on it, as he's going to sort of try once again to loosen your grip on your weapon. And this is not an attack, this is another great opportunity. Okay. And then we'll say this one is loose weapon with 1 free invoke, but it's not damage. Okay, you're up.
Alright, swinging. Oop, what the fuck?
Shared from Rider McLeod. Alright, that's a 5. Nice, okay. Ooh, that's very juicy. Alright. Alright, well, he can't stop that necessarily. He's actually going to take a mild consequence of cut arm, which you can invoke for free.
I was literally about to tell you, let me cut his arm.
Yep. And I'll go ahead and add that to him. Duke has cut arm 1, which you can invoke on your next strike. All right. He is frustrated at this, and he says, "You're a little better than I thought, Ryder, but, well, I'll need to end this soon." And he's going to dive at you. All right, he is going to go all out on this attack, so he's going to use 1 of his fate points to bring him up to 5, and then he's going to invoke the loose weapon to bring it up to 7. And he has 1 more fate point. He's going to go ahead and just use that on the off balance, and he's out of fate points, so that brings him up to 9. So that is 6 shifts of damage. I assume you're going to put that in the 4 stress and then the 2 mild consequence? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. And then we'll keep it simple. Mild consequence just be we'll say cut cheek. He got close to your head. Maybe he was going for like the neck, and he dives in, and he just cuts your cheek on that one. And he kind of smirks as you're able to pull away. Okay, that's all his fate points, and that was all of his free invotes.
That's all my physical stress is gone.
Yes. So next time you get hit on a moderate consequence, well, technically because you took a mild consequence, you can clear all of them but the 4 if you want, because you took those at the same time. Or you can wait until you get the moderate consequence and then clear all your physical stress as your 1 per scene move. That's up to you.
All right, swinging back at him.
Okay. Ooh, juicy. All right. Unfortunately, that is just a tie, and you jump back strong. Oh wait,
I got.
You're 8. Yeah, you're 8. Do you want to take the? So you cut his arm. You get a free invoke on that. Do you want to bring it up to 10?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So with that, unfortunately, he'll have to take a moderate consequence. And where do you want to strike him?
Moderate's not anything like. I want to chop his arm off.
Okay, that would be severe or
okay. So can
extreme.
I cut his arm to like where it's like in his arm, but it's like not off?
Yeah. So you already cut his arm once. We'll say deep gash in arm. So you cut him again. He attempts to dodge out of the way, but you cut him in the same spot, and you get way deeper.
I'll stab him in the shoulder and like push him against the wall and like really dig it in, then pull it out.
Yeah, you like super as he pulls away. There's like a blood stain on the wall behind him, and he winces and he like knocks your sword away, and you can tell he's
like, "That's for making an arm joke."
Right, he's breathing heavily as he's sort of looking around a bit, and he is going to attempt to once again knock you back rather than just straight up attack you this time. He's going to just add a free invoke to off balance.
Do I still have my arm thing because I just, or do I have a new arm thing because I stabbed him with this moderate? I can bump that up?
You do, but all this did was create an advantage on you. If you want to say that for the damage roll, that might be better. It's up to you though.
Okay.
All right, so he sort of knocks you back as you stick him into the wall. He pulls off, knocks your sword back, and he's like striking at your feet while also parrying your weapon, and you can feel that once again you're somewhat off balance. What do you do?
I'm gonna try chopping at him again.
Okay.
And then I'll do the free invoke.
Okay. So with your 4 and then 6 free invoke, that does indeed bring him up to a severe consequence, which could be like a broken arm or guts hanging out, crippling shame, pretty gnarly. So probably you can't cut his arm off entirely, but you can give him a really nasty wound. You want to do that?
I can't chop his arm off with severe?
The one above severe is bodily harm.
What do you mean?
There's one above that you can't see because it's very rarely used. It's called an extreme consequence. It can absorb 8 damage, and you only use it for you have to literally rename one of your aspects if you take it. I didn't mention it because it's very extreme. It basically changes your character. We'll see. You cut some fingers off, yeah. So you like drag, you go to cut the arm off, but he like blocks and kind of parries, but he misjudges it, and the deep gash in his arm just widens as your blade like cuts down, and he kind of tries to like pull back. But as he does, you cut off his middle finger down to his pinky, and he only has his index finger and his thumb left on his left hand. He pulls back like, but the weapon like instantly sears off the flesh. So he's kind of holding at his hand. And as he starts to look about, he's not completely out, but he's almost out, and he's judging on what to do next, and he's like inching back to the door as you are in the room, and he kind of turns his blade in his hand, and you can tell he's trying to decide because he can tell that he kind of has you but doesn't at the same time.
Dude, you gonna come quietly, or you want me to finish this?
He's looking at his hand, then looking at his blade. And he says, "Boy, I said I was going to come quietly, and you decided to go this route." And he holds his hand up and says, "Not too bad of a duelist, are you?"
Oh, I've been around.
He nods that.
I'm with my left hand, I'm gonna pull out some handcuffs and chuck them on the floor. I'm like, you put those on, and you tell me where the item that I'm looking for, and this duel can end right here.
I can't say I'm too keen on being taken in. Let's say I just give you the information and leave.
Hard pass, Duke.
He nods.
Listen, you know I like taking heads. I know I like taking heads. Heck, I have a whole room dedicated to heads. But I'm feeling a little nice today. So, put some handcuffs on. We all know you're crafty. You might be able to break out of whatever prison they put you in. And I get my money.
You can tell he's thinking about this for a moment. And his eyes jolt up to you and says, "Sorry, no can do." As he kicks the cuffs up at you and then charges. And he is going... Oh, wow, that's awful. He's going for the throat as he charges at you. All right, well, I won't bother... Oh, wait, I actually do have a free invoke against you. So I'll go ahead and use that. I'll use the off balance. I didn't use the other one. So that is approximately 4 harm. So that would fit into your moderate consequence box. And then yeah, you can actually with this you can clear 1 through 4 on your physical stress when you take this one. Yeah, so you can clear all the physical stress. then you add a moderate consequence. He is going to actually kind of cheekily do the same thing. He'll twist the blade, realizing that he's not able to do as much damage as he wanted to. And you feel your little nanos like start to regenerate and repair as they start filling in. It hurts, but they cut in and they begin like searing off all of your wounds. And he stabs you like in the same part in the shoulder and drives the blade deep, and then cuts a line across your chest as he jumps back. And he is hurting. He's breathing heavily. He assumed that would be the final blow. What do you do?
Well, you know, I tried, Duke. But now you just pissed me off.
Oh my god.
My God.
Oh,
Yeah, you're pissed off.
Well. Okay, so here's the choice where if I want, man, can NPCs take severe consequence or extreme consequences? Here's where I can technically take that if I want. You know what? Are you going to try to kill him, or are you gonna? Because remember, in Fate, when you beat someone, you either kill them or you basically incapacitate them.
I want his whole arm off.
So effectively,
Sounds like an incapacitate.
yeah. So you're trying to incapacitate him then, keep him alive.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna cut his arm off. It's gonna cauterize his wound, and then I'm gonna knock him out with his own arm.
Okay, Jesus. All right. He goes to charge you. He thinks he has the upper hand after that gash that he filled in on your chest, and he's trying to use all the spacing and all of his fancy footwork that he's been building up through this entire fight. But with the stroke of luck and with skill, you are able to push through Ryder. Go ahead, my friend. Finish the fight. What do you do?
I'm gonna parry his sword, like knocking it to the side, and just like with a nice little, just like hack his arm off, and then, you know, as his arm falls to the floor, he's gonna look over and like kind of like freak out because it's like, you know, off or whatever.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna knock him to the ground and pick up his arm and just like use it as a baseball bat to just knock him out.
Okay. You do all that, and you can tell there's a hint of respect in his eyes as he just kind of conks out and goes down. Nara, you were just kind of sitting around the corners watching that the whole time.
Nara comes in and she's like, think you got this covered.
You can tell Ryder is hurt, though.
That's his problem, not mine. I'm not a medic. I'm just... Look, how people work, not my thing.
That's fair.
He's partly a robot.
I mean, if he needs help with his robot arm, I can fix that. If he needs help with his human arm...
Nara, can you track his little doodad to find out where his ship is so we can get the thing he stole?
Sure can do, boss.
You hear a staticky voice come through Ryder with something along the lines of, they've infiltrated the prize room. Get down there now.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna pick him up and his arm and bolt out of there as fast as I can.
Okay. Nara, you got all the information you wanted from the console. Are you following with?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And as you guys begin to bolt outward, fortunately, Nara's mech is very close by, so you guys can get a quick escape. Georgian and Aldris, you see just up ahead of you is the group of nobles and rich douchebags that were watching the race. And minus the screaming and shouting and people throwing their drinks to the floor and walking off angrily, you see the few that clearly won this race. They are clapping for you.
We'll stand up in my mech
Okay.
so everyone can see and do the winner raised hand thing.
All right.
Wave.
You do that, and everyone seems quite impressed. They some of them kind of laugh and they point back at the people that are clearly angry, like rubbing it in, like, oh yeah.
All right, and then I will look around for the officiant to, announce, give me my prize.
Somebody floats down on a large disc, and he goes, hello, and welcome! Winners! 3, apparently. Quite interesting. Was only expecting one of you to make it through. Looking at the one on the ground, he's like, well, much of that one's one piece, but all the same, congratulations to Georgiana and Aldris it is.
Yes, thank you.
Absolutely wonderful. I will say to the three of you, Aldris and who was the other one? Belfour? Sure, Belfour. We'll go ahead and throw the two of you a smaller prize. It won't touch yours at all, though, Georgiana. And if you do not mind, miss, as he motions to the floating disc that he is on, for you to stand on it.
This is usual, right?
It's ish, yeah.
Ish.
Ish, yeah. It's always a little different. They like to mix things up. I will be bringing you to your prize.
Hop on.
We can't let the ruffians see it now, can we?
What is it?
Oh, it is quite interesting. I might say, well, I can't say very much. You'll just have to follow me. And he begins to float away, leaving you behind Aldris with this other individual that's like pulling themselves out of their needle-shaped rocket. And Georgiana, you kind of float up, and an iris hatch opens up near the ceiling. You guys float through, and then it kind of and then closes. And you're pulled up this tube, and you're just like kind of floating, and he's just kind of humming to himself, like, that was a very good race, Georgiana. Where did you learn to fly?
Oh, kind of self-taught.
Ooh, a prodigy then. That is most interesting, I might say. I would assume with skills like that, you would have made, well, friends, foes along the way, yes?
Yeah.
Good. And he sort of waves his hand behind his head, and you hear...
Am I getting bad vibes?
He's a little weird.
Okay.
He waves his hand, and your little device chirps. Your payment, first and foremost. And secondly, the iris opens up ahead, and you are presented into a room. You look over to the left, and you see that there's an open door, and there's a door past that one. And there are various metal bits and like nails driven into a wall in a room that looks like it was just recently roughed up. And he kind of looks as well and goes, well, that doesn't look very good now, does it?
It looks kind of like someone tried to break in.
All the same, matters not. He just waves his hand, and then the door to this room closes.
I'll frown at him. All right.
He floats on his disc with you, and you guys hover on over to the end of the room, and you will see a very large metal encasing, which he sort of taps, and then it's like, and then it opens up, and in it, you see a small data pad, and that is your reward, or punishment, or whatever you want to call it, Miss Georgiana.
Punishment.
He's smiling at you.
We'll approach it.
All right. As you approach, you just see effectively a case with a data pad in it. It is very small, about the size of one of our phones.
Do I know what it is? Besides that?
Nope, he's just looking at it. It looks like it's on, just not, the screen's not active currently.
This is a little unusual. What do I do with it?
You take it with you, if you want, of course.
Oh. Sure, I'll pick it up and pocket it.
Wonderful. Not even going to ask what it is? You're just taking it.
I already asked you what it is, and you said you weren't going to tell me.
Not necessarily. You're going to phrase your questions properly. What it is a data pad, obviously.
Well, I mean, that's why I didn't ask.
Right. But what's on it is the most important question.
Okay, I'll pull it back out and look at it.
All right. You attempt to access it, but it is password protected.
All right. It's getting a little weird. There's a password on it?
Of course there is. We can't let anyone read it now, can we?
Okay. Are you going to give it to me, or do you want me to give this to you to enter it yourself?
You may enter it. The name of a winner. Only a winner may access this prize.
I'll enter my name.
You enter your name, and it kind of bleeps to life, and he kind of laughs at that. Oh, wonderful.
Dear God.
As you can see on there, we came across a certain bit of information.
Dear God.
Information that, I'll be entirely honest, we cannot parse. We assumed that the winner would have a good mechanic or someone that's good with numbers and such.
That's me.
If you're able to pass into it further and see exactly what it is, well, good fortune, bad fortune, who knows? We'll await you. I will say one incy-beansy little thing, Georgiana.
Yes.
A certain group of someones is looking for this. And, well, we want it off our hands and in someone else's. And we believe that you are competent enough to play keep away effectively, if you don't mind us watching.
Wait, am I guarding this or is it my prize?
Oh no, you can keep it. I don't want to die. That and I can't access it, so it's not quite as fun. Like I said, we prefer to watch from a distance. I don't want to be the one being chased. That's not entertaining at all.
Well, then I guess I'd better go.
I guess you'd better go, yes. Especially now that you've unlocked it, they know where you are.
Do I need to let him take
Gigi
me
was
out
laughing,
again?
but she's dying inside.
Pretty much.
So repeat that.
Do I need to let him take me outside, or can I go down myself?
You've stepped off his little discus, and he sort of motions to the door. He says, "This room was supposed to be stealth, but as you said, someone most likely broke in, and I want to say they attempted to come back here, but they stopped for whatever reason. Most interesting. But regardless, they don't have it. You do, winner, Georgiana, as you are. Please exit forward. I cannot guarantee your safety, as there are still those large worm-like beasts cruising out about there, but we'll try to knock them out relatively soon. Please have a helmet on and try not to breathe in the gases, because they'll most likely just melt your...
Wait, take me back down to my neck, please.
Oh no, your mech is already waiting for you
right.
outside. Yes, of course. But I'm serious about the helmet thing. This gas that knocks them out, interestingly enough, melts most individuals' skin on contact.
I will put my helmet up.
Wonderful, wonderful. I hope there's no tears or anything in your suit. It is of the utmost quality, correct? No bouncing around in your mech in the meantime. Of course, a winner such as yourself, Georgiana, would not have garbage wear. Someone is beautiful and absolutely magnificent such as yourself, the winner, Georgiana. Take your prize and leave, miss. You've done a wonderful job. And may I say, if you ever wish to participate in any one of our races again, you're more than welcome. Please bring your wonderful bird friend as well.
Of course, will do.
Thank you. And please leave.
I will not walk, but not run out.
Goodbye, power jogging Georgiana. All right, you head outward, and he was indeed telling the truth. Your mech, along with Aldris's, is waiting outside. You see Liam, helmet and everything equipped. He is waiting, and your cockpit is open, and he's like, come on.
I'll jump in.
All right, you quickly jump in, and the planet is not coming apart, but these creatures are losing their collective shit as you see a pink mist begin to fill and cover the planet.
Weird.
Okay.
That's weird.
Just a little.
Just up ahead, Ryder, Nara, and Duke were in Nara's mech, and by the time you guys have returned to the Kabuto, and Georgiana and Aldris, you guys are just on their tail, unbeknownst to you.
By the way, Aldris, good race. You nearly had me that time.
Oh, by the way, I'm having what do you call it? Nara try to find where Duke's ship is. So I want to get the stuff for Teve.
Okay. You guys are trying to locate his ship, and you can see that it was sort of nestled away amongst
his
some
legs
of the...
are in handcuffs, by the way.
Yeah. He's totally cuffed. And you guys are looking about, and you can tell that his ship was basically hidden amongst some of the transport vehicles, amongst some of the nobles and such. A mouthful of ice cream? Wow, rude. Not even sharing. Bird high five.
What flavor? What flavor?
Just chocolate. All right.
That's fair.
That's
I
fair.
like just chocolate.
I'm not a fan. You can have that. That's all you, dog. Alrighty. And all of you have returned to the Kabuto, which is more than willing to accept all of your mechs back into it. People are panicking, angry, screaming.
Wait,
see-
I run up to
yes.
Gigi. I'm like, Gigi, did you win?
Of course I did.
High five! And I go to high five her with Duke's hand.
I start the high five and where did
Oh, yeah,
that come from, Captain?
Oh yeah, I forgot. I found Duke.
Is he still alive?
Oh yeah, this is just his hand. He tried cutting my arm off, so I repaid the favor.
I'll give you a thumbs up and then go find Nara. Nara, what the hell is this?
Which thing are you talking about?
My winnings? By the way,
What?
how much money did they give us? Was it a shit ton or a decent amount?
It was a fair amount of money for the race. Basically, mechanically, next time we play, I'll let you guys roll your resources, and then we'll add a fair chunk to that, and then you guys can buy a new gadget for you or your mech. And it'll be something
Sweet.
good, not unbound, of course, but good, especially because you're bringing, well, if you bring Duke successfully back in, it'll be good.
Sweet.
Well, I take a look at the data pad.
All right, take a look at the data pad, and it is unlocked. But upon taking it, Nara, it almost instinctively tries to lock itself again. But it pauses for a moment. The screen blinks, and it allows you to re-access the data on it. But it is incredibly convoluted and very difficult to read.
This is bullshit.
Effectively.
All right.
What do I
Can
find?
I transfer
on,
the information anywhere?
You can. You have access to the information. It is effectively yours. It ain't going anywhere. You have as much time as you realistically need to, Nara, in order to figure out what is on it. But one of the first things you can tell it is indeed, Jordan didn't really tell you this, but it is being tracked in some way, shape, or form.
I don't like that.
I don't like it either. Please fix it.
What do
Can
I
I fix
what do I
it?
find on Duke's ship?
On Duke's ship, it is very Spartan. You find, unsurprisingly, a lot of gear that would allow him to sneak in and sneak out. Anything he would have taken, though, is not apparent in the ship. So anything he would have stolen from Teve or anybody, he's not bringing with him. It's probably somewhere else.
I'm gonna hook up the Kabuto. I'm gonna put like a hook on his ship, and I'm gonna tow his ship with us.
You can basically put his ship. Yeah, you can definitely do that. His ship's actually small enough that if you wanted to, you could put it in the Kabuto next to one of your mechs.
I'm gonna walk up to Duke because he's gonna be in like one of our holding cells.
Okay.
And I'm gonna like wake him up and be like, Duke.
He looks up at you and he's out of it. He looks at his arm and goes, okay. And just looks back to you.
Where is the item I was looking for?
He kind of like thinks for a second and goes, what precisely were you looking for who again?
You stole something from Teve.
I saw a lot of things from Teve. I'll be honest, it's easy to steal from. Got kind of bored after a while.
Wow.
I mean, is he wrong though?
No.
No, he's not. That's why T pays people
Do
so
you
much
have
money.
Do you have anything of Teve's on your ship?
Not on me, no. I mean, shit, maybe. I don't know.
Is there something important you stole from Teve that he would want that you still have?
So, yeah, there's the important question there, Mr. Ryder. I'm not entirely sure, if I'm being entirely honest, and my brain is not exactly in one piece as of current for obvious reasons. There's emotions
Your
to his
body's
missing
not
limb.
in one piece.
Yeah. And he motions to his limb, and he definitely looks a little woozy.
Well, I guess we'll find out when you're in front of Teve.
I guess we will. If you bring me to tea. And he's just kind of smiling.
What's that supposed to mean?
We'll see when we get there.
I'm gonna press a button on the cell that shoots gas out to make him go to sleep.
Okay. And he kind of just... He's like trying to stay awake and just head against the wall.
Go sleep.
He just makes himself comfortable.
All right.
So, I call an audience for everybody on the deck of the ship.
Okay, Meek shows up first.
Oh, while me and Liam are on the way, I'll pull him quickly aside, smooch him, and say, "So what'd you think?"
You are quite the pilot.
Thank you.
I might have to watch from the cockpit next time as well.
Nara passes by and she gags, and then keeps walking.
I give you a wink. All right, I'm gonna grab his hand and head back to the destination.
All right, you head to where Ryder called you, and you can see Meek is already standing at attention.
Is everybody on the deck?
Yep.
Where's Ice Cream Boy?
He's here.
Eating ice
Okay.
cream.
So, crew, we need to talk about a few things.
I'm dying
First off,
first.
obviously we know I got Duke, so that's a plus.
we
but-
noticed.
Secondly, something that I just found out about. Apparently, there's a bounty on our heads.
Please, Captain, you can't be surprised by that.
Listen. I'm slightly surprised since we're bounty hunters.
Yeah, it is
Yeah.
a little weird.
I don't appreciate.
You think Teve thinks too much about how much we've done for him?
What do you mean?
Well, clearly it's not like
I
an
mean-
official bounty, as in like the
I'm
Duke
saying
bounty.
Maybe
More of
he's
like,
got a bounty on us.
It's more of like the like probably like a black market, like bad guys just want us dead kind of bounty.
I mean, we can find out.
Well, yeah, that's what Nara's gonna do because she's good with computers.
So true. So true, King.
He doesn't lie.
So yeah.
Yeah, I'll
So,
get right on that.
let's have a toast.
To me?
I'm gonna clap, and the Kabuto is gonna shoot in a little robot with drinks.
Okay.
For one, me getting Duke, because that was great. And for two, for Gigi and Aldris winning their race.
What about all my hard work? What
And
about
for
my...
Nara helping me get Duke and surveil the...
I did see
Thank
that
you,
that
thank you.
trash pig die behind me, Nara.
Oh yeah, that was savory sweet. It really was.
Good one.
He'll think again. Next
No, he
time.
won't.
No, he
Well,
won't.
Probably
Well, I don't need to stick around to see him die. Seeing it go up in flames is enough. But,
Can you also block the signal on this transmitter?
I'm working on it. Jeez, it's like you think I can only do one thing at a time.
What?
Anyway, while I'm talking, that's what I'm doing. Trying to figure
Okay.
out if I can do that.
And then finally, as you say that, you realize that yes, unfortunately, with this specific device, you can probably only do one thing at a time. It is
Oh.
somewhat complicated. Essentially, you can probably get the data off it if you were to focus on that, but then whatever's chasing you is, well, whatever knows where you are doesn't know where you are. You can, let's see, roll me some of the burgle for me.
Burgle.
Do the burgle. Okay. You can tell that with how it's designed, for whatever reason, it's like intrinsic to the device. It's for now tied with the data, so you cannot turn off like completely the tracking. You can temporarily flicker it off and or make it inaccurate. It can never be,
And-
from what you can tell, unless you spend an exorbitant amount of time.
It's sending out a signal, right?
It's basically sending out a signal, yeah.
What
I
do-
was thinking she could put it in like a transmitter blocking.
You
box.
mean like a Faraday cage for
Yeah. For EMPs? Yeah.
but for transmitters?
Yes. So you could effectively do that. You would need you need some more materials, Nara. Which, like I said, next session we can tackle you guys buying some more stuff. That might be possible. We do another roll for that. But basically, what you can tell from this thing is mechanically, this is what I'll say you can do. If you want, you can just let them track you and then just basically pull data off it, or you can temporarily stop them and pull very little data off it, but they'll be off your back, whoever they are.
So we're on our way back to Teve, though, right?
Yes.
And there's no point not letting, maybe after we leave Teve, I'll worry about it. But I think right now I'm going to focus on
why people want it.
Yeah, on extracting all the data, and then as best I can, and then once we're at Teves, I'll
It's a little sus that people want it so bad, but they gave it away in a race.
It is a little sus. Almost like they knew you'd win.
They didn't know I'd be there.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah.
How do you know?
I don't go to every race ever.
Anyway, I'll work on that.
Sounds like a plan. And then for extra things to purchase next week, you guys can think of whatever fun little gadget we can kind of go over mechanically what that will mean next week. We'll go ahead and pause today's session there, and then we can return the Duke to Mr. Teve, extract whatever information we have from him, and get whatever we can off this wonderful little tablet that Georgiana won.
Right.
He's told me good. Anyway, thanks for joining. It's been very fun, and we'll catch you all very soon.